Oh, are we working now? Are we cooking with gasoline yet? Excellent connection this time. Yes, you're back. Am I back? How's it looking? Propane only, but it works. You know, like I said, learning experiences here. I guess we'll use this first run for figuring it out. How's the lag now? Not buffering? Beautiful. Well, see. That's the kind of good news I like to see, and I have to take you guys' word for it. Because I only have one computer on hand, and I am unable to test it all myself. Well, we'll be back to shenanigans after I kill myself. In game. A death speedrun. If it was a death speedrun, I'd be already doing very terrible at it. No, it is a speedrun to get the fastest grow you can possibly get in this game unassisted. And Hipsy is going to be my choice for reasons fairly obvious. Don't mind me resetting here, because apparently I spent the first 9 minutes of this stream screwing around trying to make it work. Let's just get rid of that a little. As with all learning experiences, there will be painful ones. We'll go with good old default Hipsy. I really thought I clicked... Okay, there we go. Okay. Trying to... Can't exactly frame perfect start that timer. Doing it by hand. For those of you who didn't catch my little rules I set up before, I'm counting the timer when the mutation icon first pops up, because that's the most consistent way you'll get anything. What is it? Play you know, neurodivergent playlist. Kind of all of my videos are. I don't think it's very much a specific build or anything, especially because I use the title with a piece of Bermuda. I think it's just more my attitude. The having fun and not trying too hard. I think that's a very important part of this game. But hey, you know, I'm the bad guy for saying the aisle isn't unfair. Looks like the gang is already back in business. And this is actually looking like a really strong run right here. I will laugh if this one actually does better right off the gate. Because I get to spawn right next to food. Unfortunately, it's the swamp. So, food in quotation marks. As a matter of fact, it seems I didn't spawn next to jack shit. But that's okay. Man, I cannot see anything. You know, people knock on nesting a lot that I've seen because they've got this brain worm where they think that it has to directly benefit them in some immediate quantifiable way, where the truth is it's just fun. Nesting's just fun. You don't have to get a benefit from it. It doesn't have to make you do 10% more damage or grow 10% faster, some inane thing. It's just fun. Just have fun. Grow a little family. Have some little emergency rations following you around. Or perhaps slow and easy to kill targets to save your life from predators. Or perhaps even treat them like actual family and do your best to raise them. There's a number of things you can do. You can have fun. It's not going to go on your record for whatever scoreboard you've got going. Oh, I was totally looking at chat, ran right into mud. Run ruined. Actually, what's kind of ruining it is that there's just no food. Yeah, the stick nest, I think that one really depends on where you're at. If you're in a decent spot and the sticks spawn pretty close and quick, it's not bad. It's kind of fun. Build a little nest, manage it. But otherwise, you're just kind of in misery. Like, try being a gator growing a nest, and you've got sticks that keep spawning like 100 yards from the water. It sucks. That too. They also give you away super. I think the dino example's bad. I think if people know that they're dino nesting, they're not going to mess with them too terribly much. But for anything else, oh yeah, easy victims. They can just be patient and wait for you. Stick nests look cool. The idea is great, but it's very much a coin toss to whether they're going to be a pain in the ass. Worth it though if you actually get some kids going. I think a lot of people are like this. If I see eggs, I take them. If I die, I go in the spawn, there's eggs. It's like, oh, might as well. I don't even think about it. Oh, God, wow. That was... Ooh, ooh man. You know, 2/3 of your kids making it to adult blue is actually really good in my experience. That's actually genuinely good. Maybe I'm a terrible parent. Most of my kids, I'd say half. Half of them make it to adult. The other half either log out, so who knows what happens to them, or they die miserably, which is normal. So I think 2/3 is a good job. You're an excellent parent. Trike and Rex. Oh, I am looking forward to them. I'm a little hesitant to give total praise because Dondi's stream with the Rex stats look kind of crazy. And that immediately put me kind of sour to it. But that's obviously going to get adjusted. It's not going to stay that way. Trike, on the other hand, I'm super excited for. Trike can do no wrong. Well, I can also be proven wrong on that, too. You know, guys, I think this run might be kind of broken. I think this one might be a little bit of a resetter. No food have spawned on me. And I've just been swimming in the swamp. I think it's... Oh, I can't even jump to kill myself. Give me a sec here. I think we try again. See, I'm also... I think the small guys are where a lot of the fun is. They grow a little quicker, so for the people who don't like being juvenile, they get to the action faster, so to speak. I kind of disagree with that, but a lot of the fun things just usually have more mechanics, and a lot of small things fit that bill too. So getting things like Ostro, it's got me really hype about that. I'd like to one day get some of these other tiny tiers out there too, like Minmi, get Homalocephaly, however that's pronounced. The mini packy, itty bitty packy. The mini packy guy. That is something I really want to see. I don't know how to pronounce things, don't ask me. Okay, oh. This is a little... Oh, damn, I didn't... You know, I'm really bad at this, aren't I? Guess I totally forgot to reset that timer. See, this is a learning experience. Now I get to be dino food. It's unfortunate, too, because this had decent potential. But if I can't prove it with the timer, no point in riding it out. See, Troodon's super fun. I actually play it quite a lot. People ask me about videos for it, and I'll get very good footage, but I won't get a lot of good footage, because I will do dumb things and die. And it's not any fault of Troodon's, and it's usually not any fault of anyone I'm playing with. It's usually because I make a dumbass decision, because it's funny to do that on Troodon. It's very easy to make dumb decisions. It's very rewarding to make dumb decisions. So I die, and I don't get a whole lot of footage. I'll get some great footage, but not a whole lot of it. funny little conundrum from my perspective. All right, am I going to get the timer this time? Close enough. Oh, wow, this is a fantastic one. This is a fantastic one. Chat, this is going to be it. Look, I'm on NA10 if any of you want to kill me. Environmental bonuses. You know, I hadn't actually had that phrase thrown up about the ecosystem in the game. That's an interesting thought. I'm one of the people that thinks that there is an intrinsic value in anything you play in the fun factor, and that you don't need to be directly rewarded to play it. The reward should be that you have fun. So if they make the thing fun, it should be good to play. And I think they do a very good job for most of the roster. I'll play anything on here except that guy. That asshole that just yelled right there. I don't really play Dino or Stego because they're just not that fun to play right now. I'm sure they're very rewarding in combat. I don't need to jump over there. I need that stamina. I'm not jumping over the grass. We're locking in. This is a good run. We're locking in for this one. And if it makes a little Serrato see me and kill me, then I'll lose it. I'll lose it, man. See, what I need is to get to that sanctuary, and then a patrol zone to spawn right here, and this pig that's right over the corner here not to kill me. I really need that. And then we're looking at a good run here. I don't need that pig to kill me either. See, pinged. That's exactly it. They have a lot of fun to them. I don't think I play Hipsy very much, but... Oh, that was spooky. Oh, that's really spooky. Oh, that's super spooky. Oh, man. I'm like the one thing a Juvie Serrato can catch. Oh, God. This is just a South Plains moment. A Troodon just ran right over me. The small things have a lot of fun factor to them, and people who are focused on simply getting into fights and winning fights are going to miss out on a lot of that value. And it's especially funny because, maybe not for Hipsy, but Troodon and Dryo are actually... Oh gosh, did I just get stuck? No way. Nah, we're good. Troodon and Hipsy are actually really good at fighting. Hipsy. Dryo. Troodon and Dryo. They're very good at fighting. Oh, wow. I'm really not going to find any mushrooms, am I? Zero mushroom gang. It's going to force me to go outside the sanctuary to those mushrooms out here. Awkward. Yes, it's an aisle speed run. The goal here is to get to 100% growth as fast as possible. And I'm using Hipsy because it grows the fastest. And I would be demonstrating some of that growth if any food were to spawn, and I could prove it. I think Dryo doesn't need... The burrows is going to be great. I'm not going to be like, oh, don't give it burrows. It wants the burrows. It needs burrows. Let it have the burrows. Oh, I don't want that either. But it, right now, does perfectly fine. It can outrun and outstam any full-grown predator going after it. And it could kill the smaller ones, like Herrera and Troodon. It can kill them just fine. The tricky thing is you got some subadults with subadult stats getting screwy. Oh, that's awkward. That's when Dryo starts to struggle. The little subadult Omni that's just big enough to pin it and runs at like 50 kilometers an hour. It can't outstam it. It can't outrun it. It can only dodge for a little bit and hope that the dude has a skill issue. I've really not found any mushrooms. That is crazy. And here I was saying that this was going to be a fantastic run. And the one thing to cuck me out of it is happening. This might not be the run, chat. This might not be the run. The weaselly Meg. Yeah, that's what's going to happen, is Dryers are going to start thinking they need to just sit in their burrows, and they're going to get dug up by a bunch of things that are just going to murder them in their burrows. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can get it. Nope. That was awkward. That was the consequence of trying to use tap to sprint and forgetting. Oh, there's a couple Herreras nearby. There's a Troodon nearby. There's a At least 2 Herreras, a juvie and an adult. And that little Saras probably going to run over here. He was kind of running around aimlessly a moment ago. He's bound to get over here. Yes, my stream seems to be working now. I'm taking y'all's word for it. And now here's the real secret to the Hipsy speedrun. You just dump the contents of your stomach at will. It would have been nicer if I found these about 2.5, 3 minutes ago when I first got to the sanctuary, but beggars cannot be choosers. Oh, I missed that one. Stego can be fun beyond nesting. It's a herbivore. You get a more social experience if you find others. But my issue with Stego is that you kind of reach a certain size, and people outside your species don't really want to interact with you anymore. It becomes very uncommon for things to try to hunt you, which takes a lot of the fun out of it. And you can't totally blame them, because Stego is a hard hunt for a lot of things. It's doable. Any of the, except maybe Pteranodon, any of the predators can hunt it. It just requires, okay, maybe not Carno. I think Carno probably can't. But like Serrato, Omni, Troodon, Dino for sure. These things can hunt it. But it takes patience, and it takes a little bit of skill, and it has very little room for error. So it's a fun and challenging hunt, but I think a lot of people naturally kind of avoid challenging hunts. So Stego gets a little dull to play unless you actually have some friends with you to keep you company. Or if you get lucky and people actually try to hunt you down, then it's pretty good. I don't know why my timer turned red there. It's very interesting. I didn't press anything. See? Learning experience. It's all a learning experience. The mushrooms are really funny. The last time I played over here, I was getting mushrooms inside the sanctuary, but it depends on which one. This one, they pretty much always spawn outside of it. I just don't know why it didn't also spawn inside of it. I also don't know why it took so dang long to spawn. The server had been up for 30 plus minutes. Find it really hard to believe I'm the first one to go in the sanctuary. Oh, see, yeah, Guitar, that's the Stego experience, and that's why I rag on it. It's just not that fun when no one wants to interact with you. Which, that's why I joke in the Isle Discord that Kentro is going to be Stego but fun. It's a lot smaller, so things are going to be a lot less intimidated by it. It'll probably still do damage. Who knows? That thing's like a year out. But with Stego, like most things, fighting it, you make one mistake, you're done. And that scares people. It doesn't scare me because I'm crazy. Or so I have been told. And I like to challenge things regardless of the odds, as long as the odds are above 0%. Because it's fun. Hell, my Omni video just the other day. Granted, there was a bunch of Omnis, but only one of us died fighting that Stego. Only one. It only got one of us. I think there was probably about a dozen Omnis or so, and 10 of them were adults. I think there was 10 Omni actively fighting it, which is a lot. The Stego was in for a rough spot, but it didn't play very well, and we did play well. It only managed to get one of us. And that Stego probably had the most fun he has ever had playing Stego because he actually got in a fight. He actually got challenged by things that could actually challenge him. And that's the Stego experience. When people ask me why I don't want to play Stego that much, it's because I like to have fun when I play the game. I don't think that's a kink. I think that's just naturally understanding the gameplay loop of video games. If you just sit around and just coast through it, it gets a bit dull. And Stego's the best at that. I think Dino's a little less boring than Stego, in the sense that you do get more interaction to a degree. It's one of those weird ones. Because you're in the water, you get less interaction. But when you get interaction, it's more meaningful. Are there no nuts on the ground? Oh, you're joking. There we go. See, in my video for this as well, when I set the official speedrun record, which, by the way, people have given me times, but nobody's given me any videos to prove it, I got stuck grabbing one of these fucking things. It was very funny, but also a little counterproductive to the whole getting the fastest time you can get thing. Oh, I assumed that... Okay, can we just... There we go. So I might be getting a better time, a little bit. We'll see. You know, if it stopped grazing when it gives me the option to eat fruit, that would help. Maintaining that 300% growth boost, or as close to it, is the key. Well, that and spawning as close to food as possible. Which we did get pretty tremendously set back. This might work out. I do play the horde testing. I've been kind of bouncing in and out of it. I like the idea of playing it and actually contributing, helping test out. Oh man, I think I'm not going to quite beat my record here. It's going to be close. I like the idea of helping, testing out, but good lord, when it's in that early horde test and it's rubber banding, it's crashing, deleting dinosaurs, it's a little frustrating. Just not like a ton. It's not super frustrating. It's not the end of the world. But you play a game, you want to have a little bit of fun, right? Yep, and I was a little short on that, but I beat my record, boys. If I go back through frames, I would guess that was probably a 12:04. Hell yeah. How do I have a learning experience here and write that down? I can do better than this. Let's see if we could figure this out. Let's edit those splits here. For now, I'll call that... Oh, good lord. We'll go with what the timer says. I'm recording this so I could fact check later. If that ends up being my best time, we'll find out. And I'll go by frame and figure it out a little. But it looks like that was a 12:04. We'll just go with what it says, though. Boom. Will that fix it? Oh. It did. Awesome. And I will do it again, but faster. Oh, I really hope Ostra is full silliness. That is the peak of it. It's got that little pounce thing going. It's very feathery. And so far, this game is very good about the feathery things being super goofy. Well, I spawned kind of near that sanctuary. It wasn't the best one I could have gotten. If I'd spawned up over that way, I could have gotten there quicker. The real time killer was that I spent 3 minutes dicking around in the sanctuary. I think that could have been a 10-minute run if there was mushrooms there when I got there. So if I die right here, like, let's see if I can get this boar to kill me instead of drown itself. If I had spawned there and there was mushrooms there, that could have been a 10-minute run. Woo! Oh, Troodon's super fun. Super duper fun. Hey, come on, buddy. There we go. Ostra having a little goofy-ass dive animation is super exciting. Because that means that you can do that. Hopefully, that means you can do that outside of the water as well. And there could be some very funny interactions. It's got a pounce, it's got a latch, and it has a little goofy animation. I really hope you could just jump on like a Herrera or something with that silly-ass feet-first animation and just knock them the fuck out. That'd be great. It's not going to get much better than that. Oh, I think this one... Oh, wow. Okay. If there's food right on me, This is a world record. There is not food on me, as a matter of fact. Alright. Suicide it is. I hear a pig. Do you guys love the swamp? I love the swamp. I love the swamp like a misbehaving child loves the belt. It feels very punishing. It leaves marks. And I'm kind of sour about it for a while afterwards. Hell, this swamp is such a pain in the ass, it's not even let me kill myself efficiently. Oh, wait. Come here, you. There we go. The Beppy Ostro Gang Wars. That is actually what I should be looking forward to the most. I think people are actually going to start playing Beppy more once Ostro comes out. Absolutely ideal. Because Beppy's super fun to play, too, when it works out. Oh, this might be it. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh, this might be it, guys. Well, first, let me kind of... Okay, so we know mushrooms are there now. We know mushrooms are there now. If the patrol zone spawns on me before I get there, that's probably going to be about the fastest that's physically possible. Troodon hunters. The battle Beppies. They're all battle Beppies, dude. You ever play and you find a Beppy and you could tell this person's put a lot of hours into Beppy? You can tell. They have an attitude about them. They're not nearly as passive as other Beppies will be. They'll be passive, they'll be chill. Like, they're not going to go jump out of the water and try and get themselves killed on land. Good lord, why do I walk so loud? But you can see in their attitude how they position themselves. Why did my timer turn red again? See, I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I should look up what these programs do and how they work before I use them. Wouldn't that be smart? I'm sure the color doesn't mean anything. A hell of a lot of things yelling, though. You're one of those people. You play Beppy a lot, huh? A little menace. You just wait for any of those fuckers to dip their toes in the water, huh? You catch a Carno taking a sip, and you just smack him twice really quick before he realizes what's going on. And then you probably chuckle to yourself right afterwards, too. I'd believe it. I'd believe it because that's what I do. I had some fantastic Beppy footage a couple weeks ago, but it didn't really pan out because, much like when I play Troodon, my Beppies tend to not live that long. So even if I get great footage, I tend to have something happen where I earn my fate. I'll say that. I can't remember exactly what I did, but I know me. I was probably pissing somebody off and earned my fate. Yeah, Megalania is on Path of Titans. I tried Path of Titans. I really did. I did a poll. People didn't really vote for it, but it was still on my radar, so I gave it a try. And I want to like the game, but every time I play it by myself, I do not have fun. I just don't. Just whatever the difference is in the nature of the game, I just do not have a good time playing it. And that really makes it difficult for me to want to enjoy a game that I can't just pick up and play. Okay, I guess I gotta go back outside the sanctuary. Man, Megalania being able to be a good swimmer, too. That's going to be another one that Beppy's going to have a little bit of fun competing with. Oh, good lord, I can't see shit. Alright, I'm sure... You know, this would be a fantastic run if I was... Oh, beautiful. How lucky are we? less extra. Beast of Bermuda is pretty extra. See, I like Beast of Bermuda because it feels a lot like Legacy. Isle Legacy and how it moves. And it's very arcadey and goofy. It does not take itself seriously in the slightest. You just jump across the entire fucking map as a Cheng Yu, for example, which is super fun. And it totally leans into it. And Path of Titans kind of leans into it. But not really. It doesn't fully embrace it. So it still kind of has that air of trying to be serious and trying to be taken serious, which I respect, but it doesn't fully commit to that either. Yeah, if I was able to see, and then I ran into them, that was pure luck. I can't see shit. Maybe you guys can see a little bit better than me. I can see the outlines, I can see my glowing eyes. That's it. Well, I guess the skybox and trees, but I do not see the red. Do you see a red plant here? Do you see a bright red plant? Because I sure don't. Oh. Somebody was walking by not that far from me. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think Path of Titans is a fine game. I'm not going to say it's a bad game. It's just not quite for me. And I've played with friends a couple of times, and I've had fun that way, playing on modded servers. But also to bear it in mind, my first experience with Path of Titans, and I was told later not to do this, was I just got on official servers and just tried to grow a Cerato. And it was a very long process. It took me a long time, and it was not particularly fun. And to make it worse, as after I recorded it all, like 10 hours of footage, I went back and all of my audio was gone. It didn't record any audio for reasons I still could not figure out to this day. And that made me really unhappy. That made me extremely unhappy with the game. That said, maybe I'll play it in the future with friends, but just every time I've played it by myself, because I tried a couple more times after that, it just wasn't for me. Power to the people that like it, just ain't quite for me. Wow, I can't believe it hasn't kicked me out yet. I should probably check to make sure I actually got the patrol zone behind me. If I got the patrol zone, then we're gaming. Smell the darn mush. So we were able to smell the mushrooms before, once upon a time. When they got first introduced, they had a little scent icon. That's why they have their own unique icon in the diet list. You could smell them. And with old night vision, you used to be able to see them super easily at night. Oh. I guess we're just gonna get kicked out right about now. Oh no. I didn't get a patrol zone. Oh no. That's a little awkward. Hopefully one spawns by the time I get up there. Or this one's not gonna be it. Good lord. I can't see shit. Maybe I should try that. Try and do the hardcore servers. I did, well, I captured it, but I didn't capture the audio. You would have heard me a little bit cursing. I don't usually put my audio in my videos anyways, so no difference, I suppose. But it was one of my memories is I was tail riding a T-Rex or something like that, one of those big guys on officials on Path Titans, and he just kept hitting me somehow. And it's like, damn, it's giving me the Legacy T-Rex hitbox vibes. Oh, thank God. But, you know, Legacy hasn't been touched in like 6 years. I don't know what Path of Titans' excuse was. He was just hitting me from a mile away. That's just life. I kind of wish I knew that patrol zone was going to be the one that spawned. Not going to lie. 'Cause I just wasted a decent little bit of time right there. I don't know, this might bring it down, actually. I think I might get under 12 on this, but I could have done better. I could have done better. Well, Beastie, when I played the other day, there was some mushrooms in the sanctuary, like the sanctuary proper. I don't know what I was playing. I think I was a 10-0 or something. So it's not that they never do. There are some sanctuaries where they really never spawn, though, and it's not even a joke. The sanctuary that's over by Mudflats, I have never seen a mushroom inside that sanctuary. I've only ever seen them outside of it. So it's consistent. You could just go up to that little cliff above it and find mushrooms like every time. Oh wow, this is... Sure would suck if an Omni or a Diala just came running up and wrecked me right now. I also think that's a similar difference, guitar. The quality is a lot higher in that they put a lot more into it. It's not a MMO RPG like Path of Titans is, where the distinguishing factors are like the abilities you select. It's that the dinosaurs are genuinely different creatures, and they do genuinely different things at a fundamental level, and that makes them a lot more engaging. Yeah, the Mudflat Sanctuary is awful. It's genuinely awful, especially if you're like a little dibble or something. Oh man. Oh, we're really gonna do this. No lines for me. I want my lines. What's gonna happen is if I jump, I'm gonna get that stupid bug where I get stuck. It's gonna punish me for trying to grab them. Oh, there we go. I've seen them in that. I know that sanctuary you're talking about, Amnesia. The one that's kind of between water access and northern jungle. Well, it's in northern jungle. That sanctuary, I see the mushrooms in it pretty often, but only in this one specific part. It's well, okay, I guess it's still outside of it, but it's still within the bounds when you sniff. So, take your pick what that counts as. Just, do be aware that they do sometimes actually spawn in the bounds on that one. Mudflats, though, I never see mushrooms inside that sanctuary. There's no point in going in there unless you want to get lost and tangled up. At least in my humble opinion. Alright, we getting under 12 minutes? Do we think it? Yes! That was probably 11:38. We are gaming, chat. Well, okay, it wasn't 2 in a row. I reset one time. Basically 2 in a row. Hell yeah. I think there's a little bit of there's less RNG in the Isle, in my opinion, than a lot of other people think. Where you spawn is going to be random. You can't choose where you spawn anymore. But most of what you do is kind of the same, no matter where you do it, you know? You find food, and there is always some food option somewhere. You just sometimes have to look for it. Oh. Boom. There we go. Updated that time. Hell yeah, guys. We're getting these numbers down. Path of Titans, I can't say that I'm an expert on it. You know, I've been ragging on Summit in the Isle Discord about him not knowing what he's talking about with the Isle. So I'm not going to do that with Path of Titans. I only have probably 20 hours on it, which isn't a tiny amount, I suppose. But compared to the people who play it, that's a very small amount. People who play Path are going to know better than I will. That's just how it is. In my limited experience, Path of Titans has not very much randomness to it either, except like which quests you get. So if you get unlucky on quests, it'll take you a little longer to grow. Which, oh hey, look, there's something. Hey, reset me. Reset me. Reset me. Hey. 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 Reset me. Reset me. I'll keep hecking you. You will die eventually, buddy. You don't have infinite health. Come on. Come on. If you die, that's going to be embarrassing, dude. Oh, well. Alright then. Someone else. I don't know. I don't watch Summit streams. I just kind of hear about it secondhand. It's unfortunate. I like Saras. Saras my favorite. It really is. That's why I've got a couple of videos on it. I love it. I think it's cute. It's fun to play. But unfortunately, it's too easy to play. And it attracts a lot of people. It's too easy for how strong it is. And I was saying it was strong back when people were saying it was weak. When people were saying it was weak, I was saying it was strong. And it's been buffed a couple of times, so now people are like, oh, it's really strong. Yeah, it was strong in the first place, dudes. Oh, that's a Herrera. That'll do it. Come on, reset me, dude. Where you at? I saw you. You're around here somewhere. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, bud? Come on. Somebody's going to want to kill the Hipsy. People always want to kill Hipsies. There he is. You. Come on. Come on. Bro, you suck. There we go. He's eating his pizza rolls. Yeah, I think Beastie was right. I think the dude crashed. So he's not really losing out on anything. Let's clear that. I think I can get that number down. 1139? I think I can get that number down. Sarah can't 1v1 Stego? Well, I'll tell you this. He's right. Sarah cannot 1v1 Stego if you are bad at the game. And he is bad at the game. No flame to him. He's new. He's a new player. New players are going to be bad at the game. I have a whole video about that, actually. So it's really not his fault, but at the same time, it's 100% his fault. He's bad at the game. When he gets better, his opinion on that matchup's going to change. If he gets better. And hopefully he gets better. I hope he gets better. I hope everyone gets better at this game, because that means they're enjoying it. Oh yeah, Sarah's just way too easy to grow. I love the thing. I like playing it. It's too easy to grow. There's too many of them. They don't actually compete with each other for food. There's so many AI that they can get growing easy. And then once they're grown, they're strong enough that they can kill a lot of things that don't respect them. And they could still sustain themselves off AI if push comes to shove. So you can have big groups of Saras survive pretty easily. He was talking about Summit, a video game streamer who normally plays, I think, like Call of Duty and stuff. I'm not too sure. Don't take my word for it. Oh, another good spawn. Come on, come on, come on. Alright. Could have been a little bit better of a spawn. Could have been a little bit better. I could have gotten my mutation a little quicker, too. Yeah, they... butt buddies is a good word for it. They're not competitive with each other, and they're supposed to be, I think. Food's too easy, so they're not very hungry, so they don't feel any pressure to fight each other. Some still do, though. Some still do. I have no flame to the Saras that run around and just kill other Saras. It's annoying when it happens to you. Like, damn, it sucks you died. But that's population control. It's funny you say that, Beastie. Sarah is a fantastic corpse scavenger, is the thing. Its current set of tools makes it do exactly what you were describing very, very well. Extremely well, even. It's just that it also does these other things well. And I think it's not a problem that it can hunt pretty well, too. But there's so many Saras that it kind of just makes it seem worse than it is. If there were less Saras, people would complain about them less. If their food drain was higher, they actually had to fight with each other for food, there'd be less Saras. I think people wouldn't really complain about how strong it is. They'd let them sit there and be the little rot wagons. Yeah, you just don't need to do it. You don't need to do it at all. You could just sit there and eat deer and goats for the rest of your life, get to 100% growth off some corner of the map, and then go bully juvies. Or slightly smaller Ceratos. The worst thing you could run into as a 99% grown Cerato is a 100% grown Cerato. The funny thing about body buff is how it can be disabled for a few seconds, and you can do some very funny things with it. If you grab a corpse real quick in a fight, it disables the body buff for the Saras for, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 seconds. Some brief amount of time. And they don't really get an indicator for that. So if they're not paying attention, they're not aware, or they don't know that interacting with the body gets rid of the body buff, and they try to do some dumb shit thinking that they're the strongest thing on the island, they can get punished extra hard. They can be punished extra hard. Bleed put on them during that time doesn't get affected by the body buff. Another extremely funny thing with Sarah is its bleed resistance. It has that fantastic bleed resistance, especially on bodies, until it gets half health. And as soon as it hits half health, it cuts off completely. The buff just entirely goes away. It doesn't wean itself off or anything. It's just gone. Dunzo. And what you can do is if you stack a shitload of bleed on it, it's not really going to feel the pressure suddenly. You get them to half health, and that bleed hits them like a freight train. Suddenly they have a ton of bleed. Oh, God, yes. This is it, chat. This is it right here. The fabled sanctuary mushroom. And I walked past this exact spot 4 times this stream so far, and there were not mushrooms here. And look at that. I talk about how you can fuck with Ceratos, and I get rewarded with mushrooms. Oh, I think when Aloe gets added in, a lot of the Cerato players are just going to switch off of Cerato. I think a lot of the Cerato players like the feeling of being the strongest predator, and when there's a stronger predator, they're going to naturally migrate over. And the remaining Sarah players, probably me, maybe a few other people, are going to be enjoying ourselves the same as we ever did, and Cerato's going to fit into its niche as good as it ever did, while getting bullied out of other niches. And it deserves it. That's 100% what it deserves. I love Cerato, I really do. It deserves to lose some power. And you don't have to nerf it to take that away. Just these upcoming editions are going to do that. It's going to get indirectly nerfed by other predators being released. At least that's my prediction. I am not known for being smart. I'm known for being a smart ass. That's what I'm known for. Yeah, new things get popular. The trike wave that we are going to get hit by on the horde test is going to be brutal. If any of you guys were around for the Diablo horde test and how much, they say cannibalizing, but I guess team killing would be the better term for it for herbivores, went on because they were specifically geared for fighting, it's going to be so much worth with trike. Hopefully it'll still be fun, though. Yeah, some people think it shouldn't be a good hunter, and that's what I was saying earlier. I think it's fine being a good hunter. It has the tools it needs to defend itself, and those tools can be used offensively. Like, that's pretty normal. I think people just have this misunderstanding of how to deal with Cerato. And it's actually a really super-duper simple way to deal with a Cerato. If you guys want to know my secret. If you find yourself getting attacked by a Cerato, comes up, you think it's going to puke, you think it's going to kill you, what you do is you turn your camera 180 degrees, you hold the W key, and you hold the shift key. Yep, it is that simple. You do that, and then suddenly you don't have to worry about Cerato nearly as much. And the thing is, you probably don't even have to run that far either. They'll be very persistent, and they have decent stamina, but not that good of a stamina. They'll run their stamina out. And if you want to reevaluate whether you should fight them or not, you can have the option to do so. But the simple truth is, if you don't know quite how to kill a Cerato, you can always survive one. Oh, time to go. Oh, yes, beautiful. Oh, I don't want to go around that way, but that's the quickest way. We're risking it, guys. We're risking it. We're going to take the risky path to go a little quicker. Can't break world records without taking a few risks. You know, world records that nobody's competing with me for. I am, however, going to have to take a second mutation so that I can get the icon when I hit 100%. Ooh, that was awkward. That was a little awkward. But you know what? I think I'm actually faster than them. Oh, that, however, that's running right to my food. That is no good. That actually might just kill this. We're on excellent pace, and I think I'm about to lose it all. Because frickin' Porky Pig over here. Ugh. Oh, no, I left the sanctuary, not because out of mushrooms. I left the sanctuary because I don't get diet from them anymore. Please. Yes. Okay. I think the pig's not coming over here. Oh, wow, I was just grazing that whole time? You're joking. Oh my gosh, I'm getting bullied by the game right now. Okay, I give up. Executed by a carno. That's super unlucky. Oh, would you look at that little dibble? Hopefully it doesn't make this more difficult for me. Yes. Hi, little guy. Don't running attack me. Oh, god damn it. Yes, very cute. Why can I not eat any of these? Oh. I think this bush is cursed, dude. Alright. We're giving up. No lines for me. Suboptimal. Who needs lines? Oh my god. There we go. Oh. Just let me eat. Why does it keep grazing? This is... The Isle has funny little optimization things. It's definitely early access. Like, for instance, having the prompt to eat things and you don't eat them. That's lovely. We love that. Oh shit, I gotta take this mutation before I hit full grown. Sure. You think that Diablo would be nice enough to, like, grab me one of these nuts to make sure that it works? That'd be awesome. Oh, I hear a little Dryo somewhere. Oh my god, I cannot eat any of these. This is some bullshit. Damn. If these worked, I would actually be in a spot to break my record. I don't know, boys. That minor difference is going to get to me. Hipsy climbing soon. I'm saying it, Squirrel Knee Shipsy will save the Isle. It will. Squirrel Knee Shipsy is going to be one of the biggest updates this game ever gets. And the reason why is it's going to start a tiny tier renaissance. More people playing tiny tiers, this game's going to get way more fun. Alright, we're getting close. Ah, we did it! We did it. I actually think I was pretty close on that one. It probably was 11:22. Ever so slightly faster. Okay, buddy, you can reset me now. Come here, little guy. Hey. Can you? Yeah, thank you. See? These little dibbles understood the objective. Let's update that time, shall we? Dropping it down. I've almost taken a minute off of what I started with going into this. Ain't that funny? New time to beat. Hell yeah. Can't wait for Meals to climb. Oh, you want Hipsy to climb because you play Herrera. I want Hipsy to climb because I don't. No, I'm just kidding. That's actually funny as hell. Hipsies are going to get in trees and be so much easier for Herreras to kill because they're not going to be that difficult to spot them. When you're a Herrera sitting in the tree, you see like a little Hipsy running around in the grass and bushes. You can't see those little things. But they're sitting there climbing around on trees. Herreras still do their damage pouncing into walls, I'm pretty sure. I haven't tested that too much. There's some kind of buggy interactions about it, but I'm pretty sure they do. So, you see a Hipsy climbing up a tree trunk, you just jump on its ass. You get him. Easy peasy. Okay, where am I? Oh, this is already not a good one. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Alright, this just wasn't a good one. Alright, I guess it's a speed run for dying now. It's a death speed run. How quickly can I kill myself? In the video game. We don't take things we say out of context. No, sir. That ain't me. Omni climbing. That sounds terrifying, to be honest. I remember seeing some conversation about that because of that one picture in its concept art. They can kind of scale things. I don't think the devs have talked about that. I really don't. I think they've deliberately ignored that, or nobody asks them. Which I guess is kind of the same result in the end. Wow, I don't even know the quickest way to kill myself around here. Okay, that's Highlands. This is Delta. I can just drown myself. That's going to be the quickest. Fairy named Moon. I have tried Path of Titans. I recorded 10 hours of footage for my first try playing it. Oh, these will kill me. And all the audio was corrupted, and I didn't have fun recording it either. I tried it again with some friends. I played a good bit of it, and I had fun with it, so I tried it again solo. And that time the recordings worked, but I just didn't have fun. It was not for me. It's hard to really put it into words on the spot, but something about the gameplay loop, how I grew, how I interacted with other players, it just wasn't as fun for me. Playing with friends, I had a blast. We're screwing around, teleporting, doing all that shit. Very fun. Not as fun as the Isle, for me. Not as fun as Bermuda for me. But I had fun. It was playable. By myself, it just doesn't do it. I hope other people enjoy it. But you're not going to get a positive review from me. I put about 20 hours into it total. It's just not going to do it for me. You could Omni pounce from some pretty obscene spots if you have the fall damage mutation, and Herreras don't quite expect that. You can pounce them off the sides of cliffs like at South Plains, and you could demolish them, and they really don't expect it. Tenno throwing it back on a hill. Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like, huh? I think that people are going to get a little too excited about that animation, because what's 100% going to happen is people are going to be Tennos or whatever else, and they're going to full sprint off of sharp ledges, and they're going to die anyways because they full sprinted off, and the momentum's just going to carry them forward. I think that's going to save a lot of lives for the people who have the reflexes to slow down at the last second. I think most people don't. I think most people are just running blind at night, and they're going to fling themselves off a cliff and die all the same. And it's going to be extra funny. But that's just me. Oh god, it's a swamp spawn. Oh god, it spawned in the migration zone now. There's a chance. There's a chance. I'm not going to totally knock it. There's like food right on me. There's a chance. Maybe. Yes. No. 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 Okay, there's no chance. Sorry, Fairy. I don't want to disappoint you, but Path Titans is not going to be for me. I might play it again with friends or with other people, but sitting down by myself and playing it's just probably not going to happen in the future. I already spent the $20 on it though, so it's not like I'm going to uninstall it. I own the game. I could play it at any time. See, you know, maybe that's the good point. Maybe Amnesia's got it here about the getting launched off of small objects. I think that was a bigger issue in Legacy, but it still happens on Vrima. They'll be running along, and there'll just be like a light bump in the terrain, and that's it. It's all over. You get to laugh about, is this deep enough for me to drown in? No way, right? Nah, I need to find deeper water. Well, it'd be nice if I could get out of the shallow water so that I could find deeper water a little easier. Like, I'm like the one thing in this game that can't just walk through that. My goodness. The final playable. Ooh. Oh, see, here's... Oh, man. Here's a good spot I could drown myself, I think. You just kind of, The final playable. Ooh. I would bet... Because they'd want to make a spectacle of it. I'm sure they would. I'd bet they would make the final playable one of the sauropods, like Bracky. Almost certainly. You know, if I could alt attack, this would be a little easier. Get that last bit of stamina off and drown. But Hipsy actually has no alt attack. Oh, I could totally drown in this. Yeah, believe it or not. Hipsy has no alt attack. But it's probably very easy to believe because it really doesn't need one. What are you going to alt attack with the Hipsy? Frail Grandpa Simulator. So, the first time I got a Giga to 100% grown on Legacy, it was up in those mountains in the northeast part of the map on V3. And, you know, I did my celebratory one call, did the broadcast, and I was up on this hill, right? I swear to God, it was not 10 seconds later when I'm descending down that hill, I bumped off a rock and died. My Giga was gone. 6.5 hours. There's no diets to speed that one up. Which isn't, it's not that bad. I could sit down and play that or break it out over a couple sessions. It's not the end of the world. But man, I didn't even get to play with it. I hit 100% grown, and then I died. It was mystical. Honestly, a very accurate... Oh god, is this swamp again? Yes, it is swamp again. Alright. We're going to drown ourselves in the ocean this time, lads. Feathered you... Oh, you know what? I like your option, Hero. I like that. That option is hilarious. It'd get Bracky quicker, and we already have Omni, so it's just... That is just to spite the people that cry about getting the Feathered Utah, and so I support that idea. If it was the last thing they added to the game, that would be hilarious. Especially because they'd really have no reason. They'd be doing that just for fun. Credit to them. I know, Giga felt useless. I tried fighting with it a couple of times while growing, like as a sub-adult and as an adult. And it just really did not have it. That full-grown adult, which I got to full-grown future times. I was able to fight and have some fun. But that just sticks out in my mind so good. And I had an almost identical experience with Suko. Same exact... Not in the same place. This was kind of more in the center of the map, near the that center river on... Oh gosh, that kind of hill between the center river and the dam over at Titans. I was up on that hill, and I got my Suko to 100%. And I was super happy. I did my one call and everything, and not even a minute later, I slipped off of one of the sharper slopes on that hill, and I died. Good times. We love fall damage. I hope everyone in my chat loves fall damage, because I love fall damage. Alright, this is going to be my 10th run. Think I could hit under 11 on this one? A 10-minute run? Lucky 10? 10th run, 10 minutes? Let's see it. No. The answer's going to be no immediately. I don't know why I even bothered to... I don't know why I hit the timer right there. I don't know what possessed me to do that. I'm killing myself right away. It's a death timer. The fastest you can kill yourself in this game. Playable Velociraptor. I'd absolutely love it, because I love playing Velo over on Beasts of Bermuda. But the whole AI followers would be weird. I don't like the AI in the game very much at all. So I think having like a summoner class, which is what that kind of sounds like, would be very disjointed. But at the same time, you know, that is a unique idea for sure. I really hope that Velo doesn't get relegated to AI. Like, come on, man. Look, I'm playing Hipsy. Hipsy's not an AI. If Velo's AI, I'm going to be so sad. Velo deserves some love. Man, this is taking a long time to run out this... There we go. Oh, good lord, this is deep. Oh, goddamn. Can I spit in the water? No. The good old enlarged meniscus. I love that. I love that mutation. It allows you... It fundamentally changes the way you can play the game, and so I like it. It's not a damage mutation. It's not a speed mutation. It doesn't let you do the same thing you're doing, but better. It lets you play differently, so I love it. You can do some real bullshit with enlarged meniscus. You can see it in a couple of my videos. You'll probably see it in some future videos. I'm bound to use it again. You can do a lot of really dumb things with enlarged meniscus, and there are a couple other mutations like that too. Tree pterodactyl. It's gonna be It'll be slightly more threatening than a Hipsy. It'll be like subadult. Nah, just before subadult Troodon. That kind of threatening. It'll be a nuisance, but it'll be a very feathered nuisance. I don't know where I spawned. I have no judgment on how good of a run this is going to be. Oh, this is not going to be a good one. This one's not it, guys. But where am I, though? Oh, this is South Plains. It's just the far side of it. Is it worth trying to play this one out? No. If this is just too far. This one's not worth playing out. It's just not going to be worth playing this one out. Maybe I could find somebody to help me kill myself, though. Claws is main weapon. I feel like, you know, I really don't think there is anything on the plan list that kind of fits that bill, beyond like things like Berry and Spino, and they are semi-aquatic. I mean, Dinosaur, that uses its claws, but probably not exactly what you were hoping for. I think Mega Rat would be a good one. I don't really know much about the Astrolovenator? The not Ostro. Ostro, but not Ostro there. I don't know about that thing. But Megaraptor, I'm a little familiar with that one. It's on Beast of Bermuda, and people talk about it. I think that'd be a pretty good pick. It'd be of a decent size, you know? Kind of like a... It'd be really a lot like a terrestrial berry, I imagine. That'd be a fun addition to the Isle. Oh, I didn't know a Dilo used there. I knew Dilo... the fun fact I knew about Dilo was that the holotype had a broken arm at some point in its life, so it overcompensated with its other arm. And it used its other arm a lot, and they could tell that through the fossils. And that's cool. I didn't know that their other fossils also showed that they use their arms a lot. It kind of makes sense. Their arms aren't exactly short. They got long enough arms. Hell, when they 3-call, they, like, pose with their arms, too. Oh, God, there's a boar. Yes. That'll reset me. Come here, you. You'll kill me quicker than drowning if you'd stop running away from me. Okay, I give up. You're just going to keep running away from me. No alt attacks. We swim. Also, look how many AI there are. I'm just running around killing myself on a Hipsy. And I've seen 5 AI in the 3 minutes I've been alive. Oh, and a little Juby Serrato, too. Look at that. Oh, he wants the boars. He's nervous. Actually, you know what? I should let him kill me. Give him a little food. Oh, well. Womp womp. Even Rexes use their arms a lot. Ooh. Ooh. See, that is totally new information to me. I wonder what that's about. I mean, I remember reading somewhere that they estimated a T-Rex arm could lift up to like 600 or 700 pounds or something like that. Which, I don't know if you've lifted 600, 700 pounds. That's a lot. I would go so far as to say you haven't lifted that much. I haven't. Not with my hands, at least, with a forklift. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Speedrun for every species sounds like a good idea, but I think it starts getting screwed when you get to the long species, because most of this game is designed that you could stop and start whenever. You could play on your own time frame. You could put the game down, pick it up later, pick up where you left off. And that kind of doesn't go as well with speedruns. So having the base 6-hour grow for Dino or Stego or something, you could do that in one sitting, and then it'd work just fine. But on official servers, they restart every 8 hours. So if you get interrupted at a restart, like, you'd have to start after a server restart pretty much every time. So it'd just be super rough. So, as a reminder, the rules I imposed on this challenge, I'm doing all of the runs on official servers, just so they're straightforward and convenient. There's no growth speed altering. Everything's uniform. It's the default state of the game. It makes it consistent, but for long grows like that, restarts every 8 hours have got to be brutal. So I don't think things like Stego or Dino are going to lend themselves well, and things that are larger like Apexes are going to lend themselves well. But smaller than that, maybe Dryo speedruns, Diablo speedruns, I could see that. That's pretty easy. That's pretty doable. That's very doable within the constraints of playing on official servers. At least in my opinion. I'm sure other people are like, oh, I don't have 4 hours to spare. Well, then you're not fucking speedrunning a 4-hour dino anyway, aren't you? Ooh, this is an interesting one. Oh, this is an interesting one. Let's see. I think I can make this one work. Oh. I had a patrol zone here. I'm not crazy. I saw it. I'm sure you guys saw it too. I'm not crazy, chat. There's a patrol zone here. I know it. It's hiding from me. Just in case I'm going to start one calling, in case I want something to kill me to reset me. I think, see, Maya Walters, you've got a fantastic idea in that carnivores would make the speedruns very interesting, because there is way less consistency in that. That's going to be a lot more random in a way, but it also kind of draws out skill in a way. Because I can sit here and spawn on a patrol zone or spawn next to a sanctuary and have fairly repeatable results and get a good time frame for what I'm expecting, which is why I think this world record could get dropped down under 11 minutes with just a decent spawn. With carnivores, you kind of really have to have it entirely in your ballpark. You have to get a decent spawn, and then your choices matter a hell of a lot more. No. Patrol zone, come back, please. If you come back in the next, minute, I could save this run. I'll give it a minute. I'll give it a good 60 seconds for this patrol zone to come back before I give up. I think if the patrol zone comes back right now, I could save it. I also wish we were getting Aloe before Rex and Trike. I like Rex. T-Rex is my favorite dinosaur of all time. Super awesome creature. Jumping right into T-Rex in this game with the rest of this roster is crazy. It's just crazy. It's only going to have two things within its general weight class, and one of those is still really far below it. Stego. It's way smaller. So otherwise, that's just going to be kind of crazy. Trike throwing in, I think big herbivores being thrown in is not quite the end of the world, but it's still really rough because if Trike gets thrown in now, and theoretically Rex didn't, it'd be only getting hunted by Saras. That's it. So they're interesting choices. I'd like to get Aloe first. Aloe first would have been awesome. But, to my understanding, devs just get them done when they get done. Alright. It looks like this run is toast. I did not get the patrol zone back. I don't know why it gave it to me and then took it away in an instant. But I heard some Diablos, and I'm sure those Diablos would be more than willing to kill me. Oh! Tenos too. Come here. Stop moving. Stop getting further away from me. The goats can't kill me. I need you guys. Bro, they're just getting further and further away. They trot as fast as I run. Okay, I give up. Oh, carnivores, you will get drastically different results. You can get some insane grows, and you can get some very dull ones. Because, let's say you pick a Serrata, and you spawn over in northern jungle, and the very first thing you find is some dead baby stego that has all its organs. You are now in a fantastic spot to get a very fast grow. Say, you spawn a different time, though. You spawn far from a sanctuary. Well, actually, you can't really. Strata's only got 2 spawns. And they're both pretty close to sanctuaries. But, you spawn no dead things. Nothing for you to hunt. You just kind of have to tough it out a little bit, and it costs you a lot of time. It's very survivable in the context of what the game's made for. But for speedruns, kills it. You get drastically different results when playing carnivores. Herbivores are way more consistent. So I think that it would make carnivore speedruns much more entertaining to watch. Or certainly much more entertaining to participate in. Especially while you're kind of dialing in and figuring out when you need to reset. Bro, where did everything... There was Diablo up here somewhere earlier. You think I could kill myself with fall damage off this? There's no way, right? I have no idea how I'm going to reset myself here. I think off that cliff, maybe. I think Sarah being on its own diet is good because of the niche it's supposed to be in with corpses eating whatever it can. I think Serrata being on its own diet is a good thing. And theoretically would promote them to actually cannibalize more. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work that way, and people just abuse it. Rex being on its own diet would be horrible. I really hope that doesn't happen. From a roleplay perspective, I think it'd be a good idea. But actual gameplay, it's just going to make Rex far easier to grow. It's going to have too many options. Alright, surely this does it. Yeah, there we go. I was a little worried there for a second. A non-profit copy of the Isle. Oh, like a people's choice, a democratically elected Isle. That's interesting. I think it would be an interesting experiment because I think the way it would go is that it would turn out very bad. I think it would turn out very bad. I think it would have a lot of high hopes going into it, and it would have a lot of individually good ideas put into it. But I think that it would have a very bad end result. Like, imagine you want to make a hamburger, right? You get your bun, get some kind of meat patty, or vegan meat patty, toppings that you want, lettuce, tomatoes, or not, whichever. Imagine how you would eat one and how you would put it together. Now take all those ingredients that you have and add a whole hell of a lot more ingredients that you don't want, but other people want. So you might have your ideal hamburger with just a lettuce and tomato on it, call it good. And now somebody throws M&Ms in it. And somebody else throws canned sardines in. And after a couple hundred people throw it all in, then you throw it in a blender and make it, instead of putting it together. I think that's what'll happen. It's a very entertaining idea, though. It is a genuinely entertaining idea. I'd love to see it happen, because I'd love to... I could also be totally proven wrong. I'm totally just guessing. But it sounds fantastic. You take it easy, Amnesia. You have a good night. Or good morning, depending on where you are, I suppose. Hopefully I will get to that 10-minute mark. I think if I get under 11 minutes, I'll be pretty happy. Of the times people have told me, and nobody's given me any videos to prove it, but the lowest time somebody told me was 10 minutes and 36 seconds. And that would be my ideal. If I could get under that, I would feel fantastic. That being said, that I've already gotten down to 11:22 is pretty good. I think if I can get under 11, I'd be very happy too. Alright, where's this spawn at? Oh, this might not be a good one. No, it was not a good one. It was not a good one. We try. Woo! Yeah, that is another point, is that the game has changed a lot from what it used to be, and it's going to change a lot more where it's going. It really is, it feels like it has a lot in it, especially if you just kind of, out of context, take a slice, take whatever patch this is, 18.123, and you go, wow, there's a lot of things. You have all these dinosaurs and stuff. A year ago, this game was very different. A year from now, it's going to be very different. That's not killing me, is it? This isn't killing me either. Alright, I gotta drown myself. Cool. And when the game's finally finished, when it reaches that milestone which the dev team has envisioned for the game, it's going to be very different from what it is now. There's going to be more things. I don't think there's going to be anything really taken away. So there's a good argument that it's not going to necessarily be bad changes. But I think with every major change is going to be growing pains, and I can understand that some people won't like them. There have been some changes made to this game that I've not really been a fan of. Which one am I thinking of? I'm struggling to think of an example off the top of my head. But, oh. Wait, is he on my diet? Is this an option? Hold on. Are we in it? Nope. Okay, we're not in it. Nope, back to drowning. Back to the original plan. As slowly as possible. Now that's a brutal idea, dude. That is a horrifically brutal idea. Gosh, how would I do that? So, because you gotta basically starve yourself, for one, but not actually die. Ooh. I guess the most reliable way to do that would be with a stego. That would probably be the most reliable way. But I guess if you wanted the longest grow possible, Dino's probably it. Just, actually, no, Dino's probably not even that bad. You'd probably just have to only kill, like, land AI when they get in the water, or get near the water, so you never get any diet. Then you never starve. Because there's plenty of AI. They run into the water all the time. And it would be so fucking brutal. Holy hell. That is such a sinister idea. You come up with some very sinister ideas, Mr. Maya Walters. I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I'd do Dino. But as an interesting idea for other ones, though, like Hypsy. See how long you can make it take to grow a Hypsy. Like if I spawn in and I just don't go anywhere, I just graze. That'd probably be about the way to do that for Hypsy. But, and similar things for other herbivores, I guess. I think that would be a more entertaining run on like the middle of the roster, as opposed to the top end of it. Let's see. Good spawn? No. Swamp. Well, I'll hit the timer for posterity, but definitely killing myself on the first deep water I find. I never actually played on Spira. I never did. I was playing Legacy on my old computer, and the day I got my new computer was the day that... Well, actually, it was the day before. I got my new computer the day before Evrima switched over to Gateway. And so, when I installed Evrima, the first thing I played was Gateway on its launch day. So I never got to play on Spira. I can't really give opinions on it or relate any nostalgia. I just don't know. I've heard a lot of people like it for being more PvP related. I probably wouldn't have liked that as much. People have nostalgia for it. But I can't go, oh, it was a worse map. I never touched it. Could not in good conscience make a declarative like that one. I hear pigs. But I have a feeling that they're getting further away? Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, this is dead run. Alright. We're packing it in. Dead run. Do. Well, if you've been wanting to make a dino game, I'm sure there's like some legalese mumbo jumbo about things for like cloning games. But at the end of the day, making extremely similar games isn't against the law. Like, what would have happened to all these games that have come out after the Isle if they weren't allowed to make dinosaur survival games because the Isle did it first? So, if you're a game developer or programmer and you have that idea, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. I think that the idea of like a, democratically elected Isle is going to go more poorly than it might initially be expected. But it would be a very interesting experiment, though. It would be super interesting to see, and I'd love to see it. We'll find a way. Stream lag back. I didn't do anything different. I'll never figure this stuff out. I'm like a boomer when it comes to technology. Once I get it, I get it. But this is the first time I've ever streamed anything anywhere. I've screen shared like on Discord and such, but that's very simple. You just click one button and it does it. Thank you, Michael. I hope you heard this. I know you said you can't stay. I missed that one a little bit, but I appreciate everyone that likes my videos. I really do. I make them on my own, just having fun, good old time, and it's nice that I can share them and other people appreciate them. It's also nice that I could share some videos that some people don't appreciate. I think that's nice in a different way. But that's just because I'm an asshole. But it's all good. Alright. Is this the one? No. I have a feeling this isn't the one. Let's see. Yeah. This one's not the one. Man, I was getting a good string of spawns for a bit there. I think the game clued into what I'm doing. The Isle but better does sound like a good idea. See, I really like the Isle. I really do. I've got a lot of hours in it. I don't know. I don't think I could bring up the Steam overlay, but I probably have like 2,500 hours in it or some shit. I really like the game. It's very fun. It's extremely fun. I like the cute dinosaurs. I like the big dinosaurs. It's very fun. Oh, surely this kills me. Oh, it's not going to kill me. Oh, god damn it. This isn't going to kill me. Anyways, what I was saying. I like the Isle. The Isle but better sounds like a good idea to pursue. I think people should try and do what they want if they can. So if you think you could try and get on it, you should. As long as the thing you want to do is not, illegal, morally questionable, or puts other people out, you should try and do it. And in your case, I don't think it checks either of those boxes. Can't believe people are hungry for dinner, putting their own needs above watching some moron kill himself over and over on a hipsy. Unbelievable. Oh, spaghetti. That's awesome, actually. I don't blame you. I take it back. I haven't had spaghetti in a while. I should have spaghetti tomorrow. That sounds like an amazing idea. I mean, at this point, I've drowned myself more times than I've lowered the record, haven't I? I guess this is really my first attempt at, grinding out speedruns. When I made that video about the speedrun, I tried 3 times in a row, real simply, and I didn't have a timer going active on my screen. I just kept the recording, and I went by frame in editing later, so I can get an exact by frame timer. And that's just kind of normally in my wheelhouse, to do things on my own time, sit there editing. That's fine. So it's a little different doing these all back to back to back, really trying to get this number down. Well, so taking inspiration from the Isle isn't really stealing from it. So I wouldn't say that you couldn't call it your own as long as you weren't actually stealing from it, like taking models, taking code, things like that. There is a certain degree of inspiration that you'd have to cross to where you could be like, okay, you didn't literally steal that model, but you built your model from the ground up to look the exact same. Come on. There's that. But from what you've described so far, it doesn't sound like it'd be any real issue. It'd just be a matter of actually getting it done, which I've never made a game. It sounds difficult as hell. It sounds incredibly time-consuming, too. And doing it without any money involved, you'd be a saint. And you know what? If you were right and I was wrong and it ended up being a very fantastic result in the end, you'd be sitting king of the world for that, wouldn't you? It'd be pretty awesome. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Nope, never mind. This is not going to be an interesting one at all. Why do I keep getting these spawns in that jungle above River Delta, man? What is this? I spawned here more than anywhere else. Well, guess you're going to get to watch this hipsy drown again. Unless I can actually get a good spot on this cliff that's this way. Good lord. What, I've dropped my record like 3 times and we've done it 16? Holy shit. Well, I guess 17 including this one. This one's just going to be another suicider. Suicider even. Oh, you know? Perhaps there is a world in which I grasp victory from the jaws of defeat. There is a patrol zone between me and my cliff. Let's take a looky-see. Let's see how this goes. I think if I could find food at this patrol zone before the 3-minute mark, I could have very good odds of having a very competitive time. Wouldn't that be funny? A run that I think I'm going to have to toss, and I end up turning it around for a new record, huh? Hyping myself up to be disappointed in a minute and a half. Yeah, that's a good point. People start somewhere. People always start somewhere. And other people might have low expectations or even no expectations. Which is probably more fair than having high expectations, to be honest. But the first step is always the hardest. Which is ironic of me to say as I am walking off of a cliff. That was actually very ironic. Almost like I planned it or something, huh? You know, this patrol zone is right. I have drowned myself in this spot like 5 times now. And this is the first time I'm getting a patrol zone here. What's up with that? Why couldn't it give me one here earlier? Like, why's it got to do me dirty like this? See, there's some kind of food over here. Okay. Let's give this one a shot. This one's not a resetter. Let's give this one a shot. I'm not seeing any dots, though, so this might still be doomed. Interesting ass ambient noises, that's for sure. Starting to get a little pessimistic about this run, but I'm committed. I'm curious to see what kind of timer I get. Alright, I know there's a line somewhere here. I could smell one of my bodies right there. How crazy is that? I wouldn't call myself an aisle streamer. This is my first ever time streaming anything. I do have a lot of opinions on this game, though. That's for sure. And I'll hand them out for free. I think it's a very fun game to play, but it's super unfortunate that it's so intensive. It's a difficult game to play hardware-wise. If you don't have a more modern computer, you're just kind of shit out of luck. That sucks. Which, I mean, I get. Like, oh, if you got some old-ass computer, you shouldn't be playing new games. Sure. But it still kind of sucks, you know? Wish it was a little more optimized, ran a little bit better. Wish there was a little more dots. Oh, wow. Ask and ye shall receive. Those weren't here a moment ago. Oh, please don't be a fake out. Come on. Oh, where'd it go? Yes. This one might be it, actually. Holy hell. I might have turned this around. See, sometimes it's a good idea not to kill yourself. In context. I mean, I guess out of context, too. It's a good idea to just... Oh, that was an interesting noise. Oh. I hope that is something that's not going to kill me and ruin all of my progress. That sure would suck. Oh man, now it's becoming daytime and I didn't take photosynthetic, I took nocturnal. Oh, I'm glad that video helped you. I'm glad I made that video. I was hesitant at first. I'd never made a video like that where I sit there and kind of talk and pluck my thoughts on something. Or like plan it out with a script to make it digestible. So that was a totally new experience for me and I wasn't sure how I'd felt about it. But I've gotten some comments from people saying that it's helped them, that they like the idea and that it reframed their state of mind, where they were getting themselves in a rut, they were getting frustrated with the game, and kind of getting that outside perspective made them have a healthier attitude toward it. And so for that reason, I'm very glad I did the video. I mean, I'm also glad I did it because I got a lot of very funny, hateful comments. Okay, I won't say hateful. Angry comments. I got a lot of funny, angry comments. Oh, these dots aren't real. Okay. Oh, that's Tenno. He's not going to kill me, surely. Little baby Tenno. See, I'm also of that. The tutorial is your past mistakes. The learning experience of actually playing the game beats any tutorial. I have died so many countless times on this game, Legacy and Avrima, and I don't think I'm great at the game by any stretch. Far from it. But it gives you a very different perspective on the game. A lot of things that I see a lot of other people complain about and think are unfair just don't even register on my radar. People talk about AI, thinking it's unfair because they don't ever find any. I find AI all the time. It's all over the place. It spawns a ton. There is no shortage of AI. There's a shortage of people knowing how to find AI. And they don't like the idea of learning themselves. Or at least that's my theory. They might just be lazy. You don't need to be told how to play the game. I will say, there are a couple of things in this game that would be very difficult or downright impossible to learn without being told by another player or a tutorial or a guide online. And that should be fixed. That's not good. Like Pteranodon's latching, if nobody told you about it, if you didn't see a video on it, you didn't see a guide, if you didn't watch the official trailers or anything, you would never know Pteranodon could do that. There is just simply no hints that it can do that. And that is no bueno, I think. Things like that. There's a couple of other things, like new players would never understand what Sarada's body buff does, or if it even has one. They have to kind of be told that one. That's not something that the game explains. And there are a couple of mechanics like that, and I think those should be fixed. Yes, scream, little Tenno, scream. You ate all the lines, you little bastard. Didn't you? You did. You ate all the lines. I know you did. You turd. I needed those. My speedrun's cooked. Okay, it might not be cooked. We'll find out. I'll just have to try and do my best to make do. Oh, I got a Steam notification. People message me on Steam sometimes. That's crazy. Oh, I have a lot of spicy opinions on the Isle's balance. I think the Isle is a lot better balanced than other people take it for. Ooh. Encoding? Overloaded? Alright, we're good. I think that, for example, here's a popular one right now because of our good friend Summit. Stego one-shotting Cerrado and other predators is perfectly fine. It is not only fine, but it's good. And the interactions of that kind, where you can get one-shot by things, like the general nature of being killed in one hit, is good. Yeah, there are creatures and matchups you need to respect and understand, and if you want to tackle them, you have to go in with that mindset of your margins of error. And for that to be in place, there has to be some actual threat and deterrent. And being one-shot is a fantastic threat. You want to hunt stegos? Be ready to get one-shot, dude. You want to take a drink of water? Deal with crocodiles in any way? Ready to get one-shot. Alright, do we get the record? No, we do not. Wow, actually, we kind of really weren't that close either, to be honest. This is going to be over 12 minutes. Well, that's unfortunate. Ain't that unfortunate? Where'd the Tenno go? Oh, he's still over there. I can get him to kill me. And here's another spicy one, if you're curious. A lot of people have been griping about Carno's downsizing. I think Carno's doing a great spot. It's in a great spot. Here. Come on. Give me a kick. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. I think Carno's in a great spot right now. It does a fantastic job of what it's supposed to do, which is killing the things like Dryos, Galleys, stuff like that. Well, okay. It doesn't do a fantastic job at killing Galley. It does a fantastic job at killing the average Galley. The average Galley that is not very good or understanding how to play Galley. But small things, Juvies, single Raptors that don't understand, Troodons, they'll get mopped by a Carno. It does a fantastic job at it. And it does a good job at avoiding fights it can't take. I think Carno's in a great spot right now. And a lot of people don't like to hear that. They're used to the good old 1,800 kilogram Carno that they believe could hunt and kill everything, even Tennos and such. But Carno's just in a good spot. Just is. Oh, this is a good spot. Alright. Oh man, if the patrol zone spawned on top of me right this second. Oh lord. That'd be it. That'd just be the run. Right here, right now. Like, come on. This is gonna be it. I hope. With just a little bit of luck. What's going to happen is this patrol zone is going to pop up as soon as I get to the sanctuary. That's what's going to happen. Oh yeah, it's different, and the thing is, it's not that much different. Like, it still mops the things it's supposed to mop, and it has a hard time against the things it's supposed to have a hard time against. I didn't play Carno nearly as much as I played Serato. And people would always tell me that Carno was real good at killing Serato in the 1v1 back then. And in my experience on the other side of it, it really wasn't. I dominated those things. I think people had this idea in their head of how strong they thought Carno would be because they played the game longer than I have. And they remembered a time when Carno had a more dominant reign on the ecosystem. When it was like just Carno and Omni. And they think, oh man, Carno just dominates because it's the biggest, baddest thing there is. But it just hadn't been for a long time. It really hadn't. I mean, sure, bad Ceratos to get mopped. Every time I played Carno, the Ceratos I'd run into, I would pretty effectively roll them over. But I think that's not really a measure of the Carno's inherent abilities versus Cerato's inherent abilities. I think it's just because a lot of players have skill issues. Shocker, I know. The guy who said people have skill issues once again thinks that people have skill issues. I'm sure that surprises nobody, but it's kind of true though. New Carno's just way more upfront about it. I heard something near me. See, in my experience, Carno couldn't face tank Sarah. Just bite for bite, Sarah would win in the damage. And it'd get a puke off in there unless it just had no bacteria built up. Carno couldn't win those face tanks. On a body especially, it really couldn't win those. And if it was trying to go for the charges, if that one got a lot harder, that was the way you would win as Carno. You'd go for charges. But if the Serato landed a charge bite for every time the Carno got a ram, the Sarah would still win. It'd do more damage. It would end up winning that. And if it got a puke at any one of those times, if the Carno ever threw up, it wouldn't even be close. I got in that fight so many times, I really never lost those. And so it always baffled me when people would say that Carno just dominated Sarah, when the only times I ever got dominated was when there was a significant growth difference or if I got outnumbered, which is fair. If I'm outnumbered or if it's a lot bigger than me, it should absolutely body me. Yeah, that was the other thing, is that Ceratos I would fight would not do a very good job at dodging. They would try to dodge. They'd like run sideways. They would attempt to dodge, but they wouldn't really turn their bodies to dodge that way. They wouldn't use the agility to dodge. And I would, because Cerato turns fast as shit. It dodges the hell out of things. Even right now it can dodge things. It hasn't had any nerfs to its agility. Cerato is good at dodging things, including Carno's rams. So you could negate a lot of incoming damage by turning them into tail hits or avoiding them entirely. It was crazy. To me, that people thought that Sarah didn't have that one. Because to me, it felt like Sarah had it pretty well in the bag. The only times I lost those was when I got outnumbered, or there was a growth diff. If a full-grown Carno was charging me as a, 80% Cerato, yeah, I'd die. Even if I played it right, the health and damage difference would just be too great. I'd die. Unless I had a body. If they tried that on bodies, I'd turn that around, and it'd be pretty funny. Carnos would get pretty flustered when subadult Ceratos would kill them on bodies, that's for sure. See, I'm kind of trying to remember. So I started playing Vrima when Gateway came out, and I was also kind of having the learning curve of the game. I was getting the new player experience at about the same time, so I definitely was dying to Carnos more often then. But once I kind of got the hang of the game and I was getting the Ceratos to full grown more often, it really wasn't an issue. Well, okay, no, they were actually a massive issue, because you know what happened? You never found one Carno. You never found one Carno. I would say 80+% of the times I encountered a Carno, there was at least one other Carno with it, and that 2v1 was intensely difficult. There were a couple I turned around, I can think of, but most often I would die like a dog and get to select a new skin. And that's just how it was. Oh man, I really don't have a patrol zone, huh? Oh, that's so brutal. This was such a good run too. That's so brutal. This game is bullying me. This was a record pace run. And it's gone now. How cruel. Well, okay, I won't say it's gone. A patrol zone can spawn in the next moment here. Which would be sure convenient if it did. I would greatly appreciate it if ye old patrol zone would spawn. I don't really like patrol zones from a design standpoint, but they suit my interests quite well for this speedrun challenge. I think the Allosaurus is going to be fun in a different kind of way. I think it's going to have a very generic experience, and it's probably going to feel generic in that way, but I think that's going to be a good thing. It's kind of the generic theropod, isn't it? Like, it's a very default dinosaur, and it's going to finally hit that. It's going to be very middle of the road in size for the roster. It's going to be very middle of the road in mechanics. It's going to have like a pounce. It's going to be like a big Omni that can't jump. Oh, beautiful. This is what I wanted to see. That was awkward. Anyways, I think Allosaurus will be fun. I think it would be a little better if it came before Rex and Trike for balance of the game. But any addition's a good addition, I think, in the long run. I think there'll be growing pains with any new thing that gets added. When Allosaurus comes out and everyone's picking Allosaurus, people are going to get sick of it kind of quick. But that's just how the game kind of goes, isn't it? Yeah, I think the patrol zones are just really rough. I like the idea of migration zones, but the implementation, I feel, it's funny. It's one of those things where I feel like when they first added migration zones, it was better than they are right now. I feel like migration zones are one of those things where they've gotten worse over time, and I don't quite know why. You'd think it would not be that way. Wow, am I really not going to get any lines, huh? I'm going to lose my world record pace, aren't I? Oh, let's see. My world record pace. There's floating things here. I need them on the ground. I don't trust them in the air. So I jump up to try and grab them out of the tree, and I get caught. Then it's gonna be mighty awkward. Can I like, come on, buddy, really? Like, none of you are on the ground? None? Zero nuts in reach? Come on. Like, look at that. It's right above my head. Like, you can't just... Ugh. And I can't eat the branches. Alright, whatever. I think Carno is a different kind of small game hunter. I think a lot of things are going to be small game hunters. I think Carno is supposed to be the small game hunter, and I think it does a good job at that right now. Omni is good at hunting things smaller than it, but kind of truthfully, Omni itself is small game. And so things around Omni size and a little bigger are still small game that Omni doesn't just mop so easily. Holy shit. Wow, I just totally lost track of time right there. I just hit 100%. I missed that probably by like 2 seconds. That was like a 10:32 probably when I look at it later. Holy hell. Wow. I did get the world record pace right there. God damn. And I was saying earlier that the lowest time that anyone told me they got was 10:36 or 10:37, something like that. And even with my delayed reaction right there, I got 10:34. Frame by frame, I'm probably looking at like a 10:32. It would be my guess. That's fantastic. Wow. Hell yeah. We're in it. My goodness. Oh, I just totally got distracted by me shattering the world record real quick. What did you guys say in the last moment here? Yeah, the no food outside of the migration zones can be rough, but I think the migration zone concept is very solid. It's a good way to get herbivores moving around and to communicate where their general area is for carnivores. I think those are two very good goals to have with functions in this game. And having food outside of migration zones, I think hurts the game. And that's what patrol zones kind of do. Because, I mean, look where I am right now. I spawned in and I didn't have to move anywhere. There was a sanctuary right there. If I was playing this game seriously, and I was not a Hipsy, I was a Tenno, I was a Diablo, I was somebody taking it serious and not screwing around trying to get a 10-minute grow, I wouldn't have to go anywhere. I spawned in, and I didn't have to go anywhere to get food. And the thing about carnivores is that they'd have no way to know. They'd have no way to know I'm in that sanctuary. They'd have no way to know I'm in this patrol zone. It just separates carnivores and herbivores too much, so I don't like patrol zones specifically. Migration zones don't share that issue, that specific issue at least. So I think migration zones were better back when we didn't have patrol zones. And I think migration zones would be better if their spawning mechanics were worked on a little bit more, so that they're in good places and that the food in them was a little more consistent. Because, like, these oranges here give nothing to most of the herbivores. And so you could spend a lot of time in a migration zone as a herbivore and not really get that much food for how much time you spend eating. And that doesn't feel good. That just doesn't feel good. Like, it keeps them there longer, sure, but it doesn't feel good. And that's another good point. Having multiple types of diets becomes a lot less relevant when you start having systems like migration zones where the food is. Oh, would you look at that, a little baby Cerrado. Chat, do you think that I can kill this baby Cerrado in the effort of resetting me? Do you think I could do it? Do you think I could take him? A non-AFK baby Cerrado? Oh. Ooh, that's going to be a little bit harder. Yep. Well, guess we'll never find out. You know what? It'd be really funny if that was the Omni that I killed earlier. If that was the Omni getting revenge, he didn't even know. And he was crashed or AFK or something and I killed him. If that was the same Omni, that would be so poetic. Let's update that timer up there, shall we, folks? 10:34, 8:41. Oh my gosh. What a fantastic time. But can I do better? Can we really knock it down? I have hit the goal I was looking for. But can we do better? Just dodge? I should have just dodged. I really should have. I dodged the first one. It was a skill. I could have done that better. I could have done it better. I totally could have. Could I have killed it? No. Could I have maybe gotten away? Yeah. But I kind of wanted to die, so it works out in the end. Omni-pinning things larger than itself, I feel like doesn't really rob Carno, because that's a group effort, and you can kind of do the same thing with Carno too. You can have a group of Carno, and they could fight a lot better for it. So it's kind of it's still two different niches. I think Omnis are better at killing bigger things than Carno is, but they're not particularly better at killing small things than Carno is. I'm sure it feels that way. It probably feels that Omnis are better than Carnos at killing small things because of how the pin works. You know, they land the pin, and then you're like, well, I'm dead. But if a Carno hits you with a full damage ram, you're fucking dead too, buddy. If an Omni pin was going to kill you, a Carno's ram is probably going to kill you. I have laid out so many Galley as Carno, because if you hit them with a good ram, it does a good amount of damage and knocks them down. And if you don't get brutalized by desync, you can turn around and get an alt bite on them. And if that was a full damage ram, the Galley dies. So it kind of kills the Galley size things and smaller faster than an Omni will with a pin. It might straight up one-shot them with just the ram alone. So I think Omni does not do a better job than Carno in that way. But I think it feels more oppressive because Omni grows a lot quicker. Omni grows a lot quicker, and in its sub-adult stage, it runs a lot faster. It's kind of very stupid fast. It's very annoying. I don't know if I'm getting worse or they're getting better. I think the desync's getting worse, man. Don't blame yourself. I mean, you should blame yourself too. I'm Mr. Skill Issue, I guess. I've got the bad boy rep now of telling everyone that they're bad. So yeah, you're bad. But also the game definitely has desync that makes a lot of things harder. And I feel like it really depends on the patch. Sometimes it's very good and very low. Sometimes it's very high. And when you have a high desync thing, everything's a wild card. You know what? I'm going to do 3 more runs. Let's get it up to 20 runs total and see if I can get that time even lower. I've already shattered any time that anybody has ever given me. So I think I can very definitively and confidently say I'm the champion of the Isle. But I think I could do a little better. Omni can sustain itself on small prey. That's a real big... I've heard that Carno's hunger time has gotten way better in the Horde test right now. I haven't played Carno in the Horde test, so I don't know. That's what Carno needs. Carno needs to be able to get either more food from what it kills or better hunger time. I think it needs to get more food from what it kills. I think it just needs a smaller stomach. But it is what it is. What exactly I'm trying to speedrun? I am speedrunning the fastest growth you can get solo in the Isle. That's what I'm doing. For the fastest that you can hit 100% grown on any creature in the Isle. I'm doing it on official servers, and I'm using the mutation available icon that pops up as a timekeeping method so that I can get it frame perfect. And I have very confidently, and I did a little research before I started this whole thing, 10 days ago. Nobody really speedruns this game for very obvious reasons. Nobody's really posted any times remotely anywhere close because nobody really posts any times. So I set the record by officially and playing it out, letting it play in its full posterity, 12-minute something speedrun. And tonight I have dropped it down to 10:34, which is by far lower than any posted speedrun, but it's also lower than any time anyone has just given me. There's been a number of people who have given me their times. They didn't show any video, but they just said what it was. And the lowest that anyone had said was 10:36. And would you look at that? 10:34. And I got that one hella late, too, because I wasn't paying attention. So I think it's probably 10:32 when I look at it again. When I'm being a nerd and I'm looking at it in my editing software and I set a timer from the frames, I'm guessing that's 10:32. What's my next video going to be? That's a good question. I don't really plan my videos. Actually, odds are my next video is going to be like a stream highlight or me just clipping out whichever the fastest run was by the end of this. But beyond that, I'm recording Stego right now. I know, right? No, but right after all the shit talking I did on Stego earlier in this stream and how much I shit talk Stego and Discord and to anyone who asks me in comment sections, somebody had some Stego eggs and I took one, and one of my inherited mutations was hydrodynamic. And I knew right then and there, I said, you know what? I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun with this. I can feel it. So I've been playing Stego, and I've got it like, I don't know, 50, 60% grown right now. So that might end up being my next video. It's already grown more than enough that it's going to survive to 100%. Nothing's going to kill me unless I get really stupid. And I've already killed a few things that have tried. Now, spoiler alert, I guess. I've killed things while I played Stego. Crazy concept. But let's reset this. Let's see if we can get another 3 runs. And in these 3 runs, if I can knock this time down even more. Wouldn't that be wild? Let's go. Oh my gosh, I might do it. Right after I said that, I got a fantastic spawn. Holy shit. That is like the best spawn I could have possibly gotten. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm ruining it though by not taking the speed mutation. I lost time. I just probably lost 1.5 seconds for that. I'm just kidding. I'm making numbers up. I have no idea how much I lost for that. 5% speed boost. No, it'll be the real... If I jump over this cliff and there's a mushroom right there, I think this is going to be an even lower time. Man, do you think I could get 9 minutes? Under 10? I could get a 950 something? Wouldn't that be wild? Full growing a Hipsy in under 10 minutes? Ooh. Talk about a hell of a world record. I don't see any of you guys beating that. Which is my funny way of saying y'all should feel free to try. Have a little fun. I think more people should play Hipsy. And if the idea of speedrunning, because they want to spite me and my overconfidence, is the motivator that people need to play Hipsy, then go for it. Whatever works, man. I'd love to see more of these stupid little birds running around. Spitting in my eyes and pissing me off. Fantastic creatures. Oh, yes. This is it, my guys. Well, okay, I say this is it. Something could kill me and totally ruin this. Or I could get no patrols out. That's what would do it, so... fantastic start. Let's see if I stick the rest of it. I think I am going to make more discussion videos in the future. I was very hesitant going into that one. I did it because I put up a poll and I asked people what they wanted, and that was the answer. So I committed. I went full send. I fulfilled my obligation, and it came out mostly how I wanted. I had some constraints, though. I wanted the video to be 10 to 15 minutes long, so I had to cut a lot of things out. I had to cut out a lot of things I wanted to talk about on that subject of how unfair the Isle is, and I had to just do it out, leave it on the cutting room floor. My original recording, when I recorded the script, was like 17 minutes. And even then, when I made the script, I intentionally left a lot of things out in anticipation of that. And it still was longer than I wanted, so in the actual editing of the video, I cut out even more. Which, oh, holy shit, I just ran this mushroom out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, chat, am I cooked? I ran the mushroom out. I have to actually find another mushroom. Uh-oh. Hold up. Oh, there's sometimes one right here. Oh, there's not. Uh-oh. Oh, man. And here I was thinking, you know, that was going to be, this was going to be a world record. Ooh, boy. Overconfidence. Overconfidence getting me. Oh, that's not a real mushroom. That is. I'm going to revisit the concept, the discussion of whether the Isle is unfair or how fair it is. I'm going to. I don't know when I'm going to, but I want to revisit it without the time constraint that I put on myself, so that I can actually tackle the whole thing the way I want to, purely out of ego. Which is, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, at least you're honest. Yeah, I'm honest. It's purely out of ego that I want to retackle that same subject, because a number of comments brought up things I wanted to talk about, but didn't have the time for. And I don't want to say it's that, like, I'm salty about it, but it's something worth talking about. These aren't, like, bad things that people brought up. Some of them did, though. I got a lot of stupid comments. I'm not going to lie. I got a lot of really stupid comments. But yeah, I've never made a long-form video. It's why I was partly hesitant. Most of my videos have been kind of 10 to 15 minutes, and I wanted to keep to that on that video. And it didn't lend itself well to it, because there's a lot of people who misunderstood and thought that I didn't know what I was talking about because I left a number of things out. But I left them out on purpose. Revisiting it with a longer video in mind would allow me to talk about all those things better. And I don't need to do that, I'm sure. But like I said, my ego. It's my ego. It's always what it comes down to. I'm a very prideful person. I can admit that. And I think also that as long as it helps some people, some above zero amount of people here, can see my video and feel that they came away smarter for it, feel that they came away better for it, that it gave them a new idea, a new appreciation of the game, something like that, which I got several comments on my last one. If I could get that, then it's worth it. Which I think I can. I think that I have a very tough love approach to a lot of things. And so I think a lot of people can appreciate that. But I've also seen and personally witnessed that a lot of people don't appreciate the tough love opinion on things. Which is fine. Each their own. That's why my videos are my opinions, and my videos are my content, whatnot. They're not going to be for everybody, and I'm not trying to make videos for everybody. I'm trying to make videos that I think are entertaining, first and foremost. If only just to entertain myself. The day I upload a video and nobody watches it but me. If it's still entertaining to me, then I think it's a good video. And I have a feeling the discussion videos are getting my opinions are going to be a lot spicier than a lot of other opinion pieces that people put out. Which is very fun alliteration to say, and I'm sure none of you could repeat. Oh, god damn it. No! No! This was a world record! Oh, no! Oh, man. Oh, I got dogged. Oh, that's so brutal. It was a good try. It was a good try. I'm going to play it out. I'm curious. My spawn was really good. I'm hoping that it makes up for that, and I still gain some time. Because I definitely just lost a lot of time right here doing that. But my spawn was just so good, I think I might have made up time anyways. Maybe. Let's find out. Let's take a shortcut. No fall? Okay, good. Woo! But on discussion content, though, there's many more things to discuss, and like the state of game balance and how unfair the game is and things like that. There are more fun topics to approach. I actually have an idea in mind for a tier list I want to do. I want to do a tier list for you guys. And I think that people will enjoy my tier list. That's what I'll say. I think people will enjoy my tier list. Oh my god. I just got robbed. Oh boy, did I just get robbed. I got to this patrol zone and it went away. Alright. Alright, this one's doomed. We're packing it in, boys. Time to do a suicide. Yeah, I have heard about Summit. I haven't watched his stream. I don't want to flame the guy because I think he's not a streamer of my content. He doesn't play things that I'm too interested in up until the Isle. He's got his audience, his viewership, and I was not part of that audience before. And I'm sure he is a fantastic streamer to his audience. He built it up somehow, you know. I'm sure he's a great streamer. But my knowledge of him stems from this game and how he interacts with this game. And he is... What's the polite way of saying it? He's fucking awful at the game. He's genuinely bad at the game. And that's okay. Because he's a new player. He's a new player. New players are going to be bad. That's the expectation. But he doesn't like that. He doesn't like being the new player. He doesn't like being bad at the game. And he doesn't understand that he's bad at the game. And that's because this kind of game is not really in his wheelhouse, I don't think. It's new to him. And he's not being as willing to learn as I would think he should be. You know, I heard things up here. I came up here for something to kill me. And now there's nothing up here. What's up with that? What's actually up with that, man? Look at this. If I didn't get snubbed on the patrol zone, that would have been like a 9-minute run, man. You're joking. Oh. That's so brutal. That's so brutal. Oh, there's a thing that'll kill me. Hey, you. Come here. Where'd you go? I saw you. Where'd you go? Oh. Where you at, bud? Little Serato. Little Serato. Where are you? I'm not going to reliably kill myself with fall. Whatever, I'm drowning myself. I was trying to be patient, trying to feed someone. Too late. We're drowning. We drowning. Mechanic tier list. That's an interesting one. That's a very broad category of things. Like mechanics of the playables, mechanics in the game. That's a very, very broad category. I'm not sure how I'd tackle that. I think that would have to get broken down in a number of ways to make that more palatable. And also, worse than that, I'd have to actually physically make that tier list. You can go on those websites, and they've already got like even for the Isle right now, somebody's already got a Isle tier list website set up that has all the icons and everything already there for you. You can just get right to making one. Whereas this, if I had to make a tier list for the game mechanics, I'd have to actually make that one myself and make it take way longer. Is what it is, though. Is what it is. Maybe I'll revisit that idea later. All right, guys. Is this the one? No, this is not the one. I'm going to start the timer anyway for posterity. This is the swamp. But perhaps by the grace of God, this pig might give me a quick reset. Oh, I've died on the Hipsy many times, Ragnar. These poor Hipsies have been having it rough with me. I think if this was a real animal, ecologists would hate me for how many Hipsies I've been drowning. But I have lowered, if you're just catching in, I have lowered the speedrun pretty good. I'm at 10:34 right now, which is faster than any time anyone's told me. So I think I'm pretty solidly and comfortably the champion of the Isle speedruns. Which, I guess nobody's really competing with me right now, so it's a little bit of a hollow title, but it's fun, you know? It's a fun idea. Good lord. This pig's just running away from me. Back to drowning myself. Oh, thank you, Ethan. Thank you very much, Ethan. I'm glad you like it, and I'm glad a lot of people like it. There's a lot of videos on the Isle that are very good. There's a lot of very good content creators that a lot of people like, and for good reasons. Oh yes, pig, please kill me. Yes, beautiful. But one thing I've noticed is that there's not too terribly much content aimed at being funny. There's a lot of more narrative content, a lot of more discussion content. And where humor exists, there's a lot of funny videos. There's a lot of people who make funny things. Like Meta, she makes very good videos, but her videos are very narrative focused. And while they'll have humor, she can be very funny. It's not really her goal. She's telling a story is what it is. And she's very good at that craft. Whereas I think the videos I make tell a story in the background, because all of my videos are one life. They're a life of whatever creature I played, and you get it from start to finish, basically. I think very few of my videos I don't die at the end. But it's humor first. It's humor first and foremost. Yes, this is where I am, Duel. Hi. I was hiding from you on YouTube. I'm making my world record even more worldy and recordy. What was I saying? So I think my funny content fits in very nicely, because I think there's a lot of good creators out there that put the funny on the back burner, and I think I've been doing a decent job at putting it on the front burner. Or I sure hope so. I hope that ain't just my ego talking. I'll probably play with you in a little bit. I want to get... I smashed my record pretty good. I want to get at least 20 runs going here. I want to see if I can get it even better. I want to pad my ego a little more. I want to put a number up that's so low that I can go, none of you people are ever going to beat it, and then nobody actually beats it. And not for a lack of trying either. I want people to actually try one day, see if they can dethrone me, just so I can have the satisfaction of knowing that they can't. Because I am evil. Tips and tricks for maining Serato. My very best tip I can give you is to know when to not fight. Know when to not fight. I know it's very easy to want to fight everything. It's very funny. Serato's very good at fighting. But sometimes you're just going to want to have to set your ass down and hide. Even when you're full grown, there's fights that you don't want to take, and you can live a very long time once you learn what fights to not take. I think that's the best piece of advice I can give, especially to someone who's newer at the game. This was a shit spawn, wasn't it? Good old swamp. Oh man, how many Hipsies have I drowned in this swamp? Whew. How many Hipsies have I drowned in this swamp? A lot. Yep, so my last Hipsy attempt is going to be drowning it in the swamp. Is what it is. You know what? Maya Walters? Maybe I will do that. After I drown this Hipsy here, let's grow a Troodon. Let's see. Let's give one Troodon attempt and see what number I get on Troodon. But if I die early, I'm going to call it quits. I've been streaming for a couple hours now. I think This has been a very successful first attempt at streaming, and I learned a lot. I brought my record down good. But man, wouldn't it be pretty funny if I got a pretty funny grow on a Troodon. Alright, surely I could drown myself in this. Just running my stamina out first real quick for the classic. You know what I'm really surprised by is that nothing killed me earlier than I wanted to die. I'm really surprised. I've only died when I wanted to reset. I think it's very lucky of me that nobody's just murdered me in these sanctuaries. There you have it, folks. I'm calling my attempts for Hip Zero now. 10:34 is what that timer said, but that's kind of human error. When I go back later, I'm probably going to update that number to what it actually is. Hopefully it's a little bit... I feel like it's 10:32, but maybe my math and my eyes are really, really bad and it's a little longer. Somewhere in that ballpark. Thank you. Oh my god, how am I going to pronounce your name? Oh, give me a second here. Bufo, 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 Bufo. Actually, that was way easier than I thought. I think I just kind of saw that at the corner of my eye and thought that was going to be way harder to say. Oh, that's a good one. Let's get Troodon in here. A Troodon one for funsies. You know what? Let's put on my... Let's do Blue Dawn. Let's do the good old blue Troodon. Alright, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Where did I spawn? I don't actually know where I am. I think I'm at East Plains? East Lake? Whatever you call it now? Oh, this is terrible. I will call you Huggy. I'll remember that. You are now Huggy. If I had a sword, I'd tap it on each one of your shoulders. You've been knighted. You are now Huggy. I am at East Plains, or formerly East Plains. Wow, this is a terrible start for what's supposed to be a speedrun. Okay. You know what that means? It means we run. Let's run north. Let's run north. Let's go to northeast. That's going to be a little better. Probably. I think I'm at East Plains. I may have thought wrong. Actually, where the fuck am I? Chat, where am I? I can't see over the grass. Oh no, I'm at north. Okay, I know where I am. Oh, this is okay spawn. This is okay spawn. I'm at Northern Jungle. All right, see, we learn. I'm not flawless. I'm not infallible. The Funny Isle Man does streaming now. This is my very first stream. This is the very first time I have ever streamed. It is a learning experience. And you guys weren't here for the start of the stream, but I think Maya might have been. But it was a very rough start. I definitely have had a learning experience. And there's no dead things here. How mighty inconvenient that is. Okay. Off we go. Why did I go through the sanctuary? I could have just gone around it. This is not a good plan. All right. Inaugural stream. I guess, you know what? That is the term for it, isn't it? My very first one. I'm glad you're catching it at the end after I have achieved my world record domination and I am no longer struggling with getting the stream working. That was fun. The good old playing with technology he doesn't understand problem. No wonder people think I'm older than I am. Current project for me. Ooh, I'm brain farting on that one. Oh, the Discord, probably. Yeah, that's the Discord. Several people have asked me if I have a Discord, and I've either answered them no or not answered at all because I don't. But I mayhaps be getting one. I mayhaps do that. I'm technologically illiterate, as anyone who was here at the start of this stream would know, or if they've ever caught me on Isle Discord or something. I'm honest about that. Oh my god, I am terrible at navigating. Good lord. I can't believe some people think I'm good at this game. I say after I proclaim myself as the champion of this game. Either way, point being, I might be having a Discord set up real soon here, and that's all thanks to Dual Strike here. So if you're interested in that, you could tell her thank you. I think I probably will stream more often. I was very apprehensive at first. I kind of obligated myself to do this just to try something new, and I thought it might be a little fun, a little engaging. Certainly make it less boring for me to just sit here and drown hipsies over and over again by myself. But now that I kind of have the experience under my belt, I understand it a little bit better. I might do it some more. There could be some fun to be had in it. I can't curate my content, you know. I can't censor myself from all the times I curse at this game. I can't add in any memes, any funny music. I don't know, maybe I can add in funny music. I have no idea. But, so it's a very different experience, but it's not a bad experience. I've been enjoying it, and I'm glad that you guys have been enjoying it too. Thank you very much for joining me on my first stream, where I, also coincidentally, secured my role as the champion of the Isle. Henceforth, I shall always be referred to as a champion of the Isle. Boingo boingo. The champion of the Isle. And then you could put speedruns in. Oh, god damn it. You could put speedruns in parentheses at the end of that. Those guys were a little closer than I thought. They sounded a little further away. Ooh. My Troodon speedrun might be ending very quickly. Let's find out. Bro, can these Omnis, like, piss off? Oh my god. What is going on here? Alright, chat. Let's do a little math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there was 8, 9. That's 9 Omnis that I have seen up here. For sure. There might be more. It sounds like there's little ones. There's no way that dude doesn't see me, right? Like, he 100% sees me. I'm sure he does. No? You think they'll let me eat that goat? Do you think they'll let me eat that goat? I don't think they'll let me eat that goat. Why, hello, Mocha. Say hello to Mocha, chat. I'm sure that microphone might have picked her up. She's meowing right now. She's cranky at me because it's a little bit past her dinner time. And cats are very, very good at remembering when their dinner time is. Isn't that right, Mocha? And you're like, what the hell, dude? What is this? You're just staring at the screen, talking to yourself. Oh, she's gone. All right. She don't understand a stream. Man, I really want to steal from these Omnis. But I am positive if I go down there, they're just going to kill me. Can they, like, just leave the goat alone? There's like 5 of them sitting down there. Like, come on, just leave. You don't need the goat. I need the goat. Screw it, we're trying it. Oh, they all stood up. Never mind. We're not trying it. Have I tried the horde test? I have. I have tried the horde test. I played it by myself a bit and got very, very frustrated by the rubber banding and lag. But I also played it a little bit with some other people in a group and just kind of explored the map rather than trying to actually play. And I like the changes on the horde test. Like, the map changes are very nice. The caves up in the volcano, very cool. The waterfall's very cool. But like actually playing on the horde test, recording and whatnot, I just wasn't having it, man. that rubber banding is brutal. Where'd the goat go? They just drag it off? They actually finished it when I wasn't looking. I looked away for like 2 seconds and they finished it. Those turds. Well, I guess going hungry beats dying. Kind of need another goat, though. Or something. Well, see, I'm gonna be honest. I could be a little turd and be like, oh, whoops, I died. I went and pissed off the Omnis on purpose and died. Time to end the stream, like I said I would. But I'm gonna give it a fair shake here. I'm gonna actually try and get this Troodon to full ground. Ideally, if there was some AI here, as much as I've been ragging on AI, I wouldn't be in a half bad spot. But all of the AI are being killed and eaten by a bunch of raptors. And unfortunately, I am a little too small to be bullying raptors off of their goats. And I'm a little too slow. Oh, I don't even get diet from deer, so there's kind of no point to even try that one. Maybe I'll get lucky. Let's see. Oh? Boars? Oh, you think I can convince an Omni to kill a boar? And then I could, like, eat it? Oh, wouldn't that be a good trick? Oh, these aren't boars. They're deer just making boar noises. Very cute. No tacos either. Oh, see, I just had to complain. I just had to complain. That was all I needed to do. Complain and ye shall receive. I'm pretty sure that's what it said in the Bible. Stupid Omni's not letting me eat that goat earlier. Oh. Or I could take the goat that's right here. Please. Mr. Goat, come back. Now here's the real. Now this is the real Juvie Troodon experience right here. This is the real Juvie Troodon experience. Being a little thing, trying to just run a goat down, biting its ankles over and over. And it's really funny because the pounce does like no damage on its own without venom, but it still does more damage than your bite does. It just costs stamina. So I will kill this goat quicker, but it might run me out of stamina first. And if I run out of stamina, then I'm just really going to be sad. Okay, dude, come on. Surely you can... Oh, you guys did not see that. Alright. No witnesses. No witnesses. The new grass, I think, looks really cool in theory, but only when you have Lumen turned on, which... Oh, goddammit, you didn't see that either. Oh my lord, I shouldn't have looked at chat. What did you do, Oni? This is your fault. If you have Lumen on, the new grass in the HT looks good. I don't like having it on though, so that's a skill issue on my part, I guess. I think if I just had better skills and I could have a better computer, the new grass would be fantastic. Good lord. This really just is the Juvie Troodon experience. Oh my god. Oh, I heard another Troodon. See, now here's the trick. Is that my rules of the speedrun for Hipsy, I said it had to be solo. And that's a lot more doable for Hipsy and herbivores in general. With carnivores, though, that's a little more tricky, isn't it? Because what if these Troodons come over here and they start befriending me? They start helping me kill things? I can't really stop them from doing that. Funny little thing to consider, I guess. You know what's really sad? Is that this goat has more health than I have stamina left. Oh. Never mind, I was talking out my ass. Alright, mission accomplished, chat. We got it. Download more RAM. That's classic. I should download more RAM. RAM.com, something like that. Taco carries things in the live branch, actually. That's not just the horde test. It's a little more rare, but what they'll do is they'll spawn with small critters. You could see them spawn with frogs, and you could see them spawn with chickens. And there's one other thing you could see them spawn with. It's in the horde test right now, though, that they're spawning with way more things. And that's a problem in its own. So I've been told. I haven't actually really interacted with the tacos on the horde test, because I haven't really touched the horde test in like a week now. Give or take. That shit changes so fast. I am already outdated. I kind of thought there'd be some gravel over here. I was wrong. Alright, to the dots. Yep, I am playing on official servers. You can even see which one I'm on. I'm on NA10 right now. Playing on official servers so that everything is as default as it could be for the purposes of speedruns. It is as... Oh. Well, I think I found the tacos. It is as plain as it could be. There's no altered growth values. There's no admin commands on like free admin servers or anything. Just classic default shenanigans for better and for worse. And because I'm live streaming, obviously you guys can fact check me. Every time I press tab, it pops up. You see NA10. Although I guess it'd work on any of the official servers. God damn, these dots are far as hell. That's... Oh. Probably a dead boar that those Omni are sitting on. Baby croc in the water. Very cool. Not gonna lie, chat. For a Troodon speedrun, this one is not going very well. This is not going to be a very good Troodon speedrun. If I make it to full grown, it's not going to be a very impressive number. I think it's going to be a very middling number, to be honest. Color rolls. Yes, we do want color rolls. Ooh, what's this? Oh, nothing on my diet list. Color rolls make the world go round. Spice of life. It also makes it a lot easier to distinguish people at a glance. Man, that downloading more RAM idea sounds better and better. Do I try and steal the boar from those Omnis? I'm positive that's where that boar is. Oh my gosh, there's even more Omnis? Hold on. Jeez. Alright, we stay away from the Omni Cave. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. I'm not doing the worst I could be doing. I'm alive, which is a good start. And I'm not starving, which is also a good start, so I have a positive growth rate. But sure would be handy if there were other things around, wouldn't there? You know, I think I could lure those Omnis out. Oh, I don't quite sound adult yet. I don't quite have that adult call. I feel like if I did an adult call, it'd get their attention a little better. Make them leave whatever bodies they might be sitting on. Because you know those guys. They're sitting up here surviving off of AI. These guys have got to be attention starved. They are coming over. You see that? You hear that? They heard a juvenile Troodon 1 call and they're looking for it. That's how attention starved they are. I did. I heard that they made it slower. I haven't touched it myself yet, so it's hard to have a good, honest, fair opinion on it. But the idea doesn't sound too bad to me. Because, like, let's be real here. You're not really killing things. Well, what it does, and this is the biggest change that it is going to be, is that you're not going to be able to just walk goats down as Juvie Troodon anymore. And that's going to be kind of rough. Other than that, I don't think it changes a thing. Player 0. Yay. Hi, man. Oh, let me give you an ooh-ah. and I'm not even going to move. I'm confident they're not going to find my bush. I was speedrunning Hipsy earlier, which is how I got such a bafflingly low world record of, well, it says 1034. I'm pretty sure once I fact check it later going by frame, I think it's going to be like 1032. But either way, very low time, I would say so myself. The lower than any time that anybody has given me. When I started this, the only time that I had to work with that had video proof behind it was my own, which was 1217, I believe. And I had several numbers that people have given me, but they didn't record, or if they did, they didn't show it to me. And the lowest one that I heard was 1036. And, as we can see, I have demolished that. So even rumors, even mere rumors of somebody being better than me have been defeated. That's right, I am the best. I am the champion. And if anyone ever feels like trying to prove me wrong and make me sound like an idiot, go ahead. Feel free. All I can say is do it on official servers, do it by yourself, and use the speedrun mutation icons for timekeeping because they're consistent. Thank you. It's been fun too. I think it's unique because when I looked it up, I didn't really see anyone speedrunning the game, and I understand why. It's not a very speedrunnable game. But it sounded fun, so I wanted to do it. And this stream has been an interesting experience. It's been a very positive first stream, I think. Alice? I think it's funny you got Think. I'll just call you Think. What I was speedrunning was Hipsy. And I think the stream's gone on for a good while now. It's kind of winding down. And I got a suggestion to try and speedrun Troodon real quick at the end. See if I could. So I'm giving one Troodon attempt here at the very end to see just what kind of time that I can actually get on a Troodon. It's going very terribly, by the way. This is kind of a really bad Troodon grow. But you know what? I'm not dead yet. So it can't be that bad. That being said, Alice. Okay. Thank you for the pronunciation, Alice. That being said, the Hipsy speedruns went fantastic. I have lowered the world record for Hipsies with video proof to 10 minutes and 30-something seconds. And I think it could get lower. My, second to last attempt for Hipsies had a very fantastic start, and I got snubbed at the end. I think that could have easily been under 10 minutes if I had done it well, if I had been luckier. So I think the number could go down. If anyone wants to challenge me and make me not sound like such a overconfident asshole. That being said, any of you guys ever decide to get uppity and try and take the title from me, I'm going to take it right back. Now, here's the question. Is there a reward for me irritating this Omni? I don't think there is. I don't think there's a reward. I'm going to leave it alone. You can sense the angry comment. I got a few angry comments. I have to say the funniest thing about that video to me is the metrics. You do videos, so you could see your metrics and not your analytics. And most of my videos, they're funny videos. They're relatively inoffensive. They're generally getting 95 to 99% like ratio. You know, people generally like them. People don't really hate on funny videos that much. My like ratio on that one was 87%, which I guess sounds good, but that's like a solid 10% less than my normal videos. I think I made some people upset. I don't regret it in the slightest. I don't feel the least bit bad about it. I slept perfectly fine that night. So, it is exactly what you think, Alice. I'm speedrunning these dinosaurs by getting them to 100% growth the fastest I possibly can. I picked Hipsy because it's the fastest growing in general, so it's going to be the fastest for the whole game. But, obviously, you can kind of break it down into categories, which is what chat's recommended for me with Troodon here. So I'm going to try and just see how fast I can grow this Troodon. But I think the Hipsy record's number. I think my Hipsy record there, 1034, I think that's a good number. I think that's an impressive number. And I think you guys will maybe not you guys specifically, but if anyone wanted to challenge that, they'd have to actually struggle if they wanted to challenge it. I think this Troodon one has been going terribly so far. I got a rough spawn. There's no players here, and the AI are getting dominated by this Omni pack. So I'm really not getting food either. I think I should just leave. You know what? That was a mistake on my part. I should have just left. After I got that goat, I should have just left. One of those. That's a very hindsight moment right there. I should have just left. That was not very smart of me. Yeah, go for it. I think give it a shot. If not for anything, then just to give Hipsy a little more love. Hipsy's a very fun little creature. It's very easy to overlook it because it's the smallest. I think it could stand not just having the climbing buff. I think climbing will be fantastic for it. I think it could use a little bit more speed, man. Being slower than a Saras is kind of rough. But other than that, Hipsy's genuinely fun. It's very fun to goof around on. So I'd love to see more Hipsy players. And if shutting me up about these speedruns is the way to get more Hipsy players, I'll take it. My favorite color is blue, Duel. It's blue. Blue is a very good color. I mean, I think a lot of colors are good colors. That's kind of how colors work, I suppose. But if I had to pick a favorite, it's going to be blue. That is so based of you. You're awesome, Alice. A Hipsy main? That's awesome. I love to see that. Because I think a lot of people will get that main mindset. I think I play a lot of different things. It's hard to honestly say that I main something. I've surely played Serato more than anything else, but I wouldn't say I main Serato. I play everything. But a lot of people do main things, and a lot of things that get mained are like Omniraptor, Serato, Carno, these days like Diablo, stuff like that. It's very nice to see people say that they main things that are less common. Some of the smaller tiers. Hipsies, Dryos, Troodons, Beppies. All of you people who main those guys, you're awesome. Genuinely. I see Arson, you use your name now, Arson. Carnivores make it very interesting, because in my rules I initially set out for Hipsy was that you can't get help from other players. It's got to be completely solo. And with herbivores, that's very doable, that's very consistent. You can grow a herbivore with zero input from other players, other than, somebody trying to kill you. Which, in my case, nobody happened to try in these runs, but it was a real possibility. With carnivores, though, you have to interact with other players at some point. So, I think that rule's going to have to be kind of a more spirit of the law kind of thing than a letter of the law. Because it's hard to judge that one in a very rigid way. I think that'd be very case by case. Because if I were to, say, find an AFK player right around this bush here, and I killed them, would that be getting help from another player? Because, I mean, they were AFK. You guys would have no way to conclusively prove that I didn't have some paid actor sitting there waiting for me. That I don't have Discord open, and I'm getting people to throw themselves into me for food. You'd have no way to know. You'd just have to kind of take it by context. So I think with carnivore speedruns, if people want to try that, it's more about keeping the spirit of it and trying to do the best you can with what you have and not get help from others, but you still do have to interact with others. So kind of up to your judgment. Kill players, work by yourself, but don't go in chat and be like, hey, could you bigger omnis go kill that thing for me? I'm hungry. I feel like there's a level of common sense to it. Meta mutations. I very, very strongly dislike them. I very do. I don't like them because they're not fun. The mutations that just give you stats that enhance the way you would already play are very unfun to me. So speed mutation, gastro, tactile endurance, in a way. These are very unfun mutations. They don't change the way you play. They don't change the way you consider the game. And because people play them in very specific ways, you have to, unless you're playing on unofficial servers like Petite Pete, I think that's how you pronounce it, on Poutine's server, you have to account for that. And that it makes it unfun for the person taking the mutations, and it makes it unfun for everybody else too. It's just a very bad combo. So I'm not a big fan of those mutations. I'm a much bigger fan of mutations like enlarged meniscus that change what you can do. The reduced fall damage, it changes what you can do and what you can get away with. You can fundamentally change how you play with things like that. Hydrodynamic, reinforced tendons, that's an unlockable one. Verniculate kidneys, that's another unlockable one. These change the way you can play the game, and I think they're way better for it. I wish more mutations were like that. So, Cerato's bite is not really venom. I mean, you might as well consider it that way. It's got bacteria in its mouth as the whole goal, and that's how its meter fills up, as bacteria. And when you bite things, you make them sick. And it is very good. It is very good, Mr. Ragnar. It's extremely strong on things that are smaller than Sarah. It can get things to throw up a lot easier when they're smaller. So it is very oppressive if it can land bites on things. It's kind of slow. Sarah's slow. So it's not totally oppressive, but you do have to be incredibly mindful. My Omni video I just released the other day, I'm full hunger, and a Cerato gets a laggy desync bite on me, and I threw up. I was full hunger, too. So, it's strong, yeah. Cerato's venom, Cerato's bacteria, it's very strong. Cerato has a lot going for it. See, the Hypsy building was something that I only heard about recently, to be honest. Oh, there we go, venom. I can actually kill things. Hypsy building little, like, nests and shit in the trees sounds awesome. I love that idea. We're getting speed mutations because we're meta today, boys. And girls. And everyone in between. Hypsy building, anything that gets added on that doesn't detract from anything else is a good idea. So Hypsy being able to build little Hypsy structures in the trees, doing their little nests, walkways, having like their little Ewok cities going on from Star Wars. Fantastic. I love it. It also just means that they're going to get absolutely fucking raided by Herreras. But you know what? It'll still be fun, won't it? I am extremely low stamina for what I'm about to try and do. I think I should perhaps sit down. I could sit down and take a moment to read the chat. Let's take a little stam break here. I'm not going to forget to post it. Now that you said it, I'm not going to forget. Ooh, am I lagging? My little icon thing says I'm bad. Oh, now we're good. Cool. Mutations I would add. See, that's a really tough one because I can be creative sometimes and I cannot be creative sometimes. I think trying to keep the framework of mutations that change the way you play are what you want to go for. You want to have mutations that genuinely affect your gameplay and not just buff you. So I think having mutations that have downsides would be a very cool addition. So mutations that buff you in some way and nerf you in another to influence your gameplay could be a very good idea. Like, for instance, reduces your thirst drain. Like, you can get rid of reabsorption so the dinos can stop crying. Have one that reduces your thirst drain considerably, better than sustained, but it increases your hunger drain, so you got to eat more. Something simple like that. I think that might not be a good example, but something fairly simple to change the way you play. Or maybe not so simple. There could probably be some very creative ways to do it that the developers can sit down and they can theory craft, brainstorm it, because it's their job and they get paid to, and figure out some mutations that can, it doesn't have to be significant, but change the way that the dinosaur plays. And I think, personally, the best way to do that is to make a lot more mutations that are dinosaur-specific. So that Cerato has its own unique list of mutations it can take. Hypsy has its own unique list of mutations it can take, so on and so forth. And you can fine-tune and tailor them that way to draw out and develop different ways of playing them. especially how they might be able to get mix and matched, or how they might interact with each other, especially with unlockables, you know? I think that would be very fantastic. Now, I have my stamina, I'm sub-adult, and I am hungry. Let us kill. See, look, I'm blue. Blue Don. The blue Troodon. Immunity to those birds. Yeah, man, fuck those birds. I hate them. I mean, I want them in the game. I like them. I like what they do for the game. But man, it sucks ass when they start biting you for no reason. I hate them. I hate them and I love them. But I hate them more. Well, let me rephrase that. If they worked correctly, I would love them. If they worked correctly, I would love them. They don't work correctly, so I don't love them. Stack nests. There's a whole subreddit for hipsies. That's dope. You can stack nests? I mean, I know it's got a pretty big nest. It's got a unique nest. But goddamn. Okay. I'm not crazy, right? Like, you guys were hearing a bunch of, like, Tennos and shit calling a moment ago. Like, there was, like, some young Tennos calling over here. Where are they? I would love to find one of these young Tenno right now. Like a little, like, sub-adult or big juvie. But all I'm finding are dead deer. Deer that doesn't even give me... Whoa. Ah, yes. See, guys? Sometimes you have to remember that the Isle is an early access game. I thought this only happened in Swamp. I didn't know this happened in other places. That's so interesting. Learning experience. Wow, really? Alright. Guess we eat the deer so that we don't starve. Alright, I think that'll be enough to keep me going. I eat to keep from starving, then I eat rocks to make myself starve a little quicker. I am a very smart person. Oh? Yeah. Yeah, that's the Isle. Yeah, that's... You know, if any of you watching ever think that there's not a lot of AI, this shit like this is why I disagree. There's a lot of AI. You just got to know where to look. That's a bug. That's a bug. It's something to do with the water. And I've never seen it there before, but I've seen it at Swamp. It's really easy to see when you play Dino. But I'm not at the Swamp and I'm not Dino, so it was very interesting to see that up here. Is what it is, though. Not the end of the world. And I will never watch for Herrera. That's not true. I look for Herreras. You know, I'm looking at the trees. I'm just not looking that much. There's usually context clues. I find that I don't die to Herrera very often because you don't have to look that hard to find them. Maybe that's just me. But they usually do something that telegraphs that they're there. Like, they can't shut up and chat. Or they've got, like, bodies sitting underneath a tree. Or, most often, like, if there's one in these trees right now, odds are I'd see it. Because it wouldn't be hiding up in the leaves. Or it wouldn't be curled around the other side. They're just... I don't want to say Hera players are bad, but they are. So, it's not that hard to spot them before they kill you. So I don't die to them too often. But I still do, because nobody's perfect and I make mistakes just like anyone else does. Oh, yay, food. Yummy. That'll give me S diet. Yay, okay. I run across the map now. Let's go down to West Rail. Let's take out that Kirks. What kind of microphone do I use? I have acquired, totally legally, and you can't prove otherwise, it's called a Fifine. It's a microphone on Amazon. It's very good ratings, very affordable. It's like $50-$60. Not half bad at all. Way better than my other one. My other microphone was just the microphone built into my headset. I like this microphone a lot, I would say. It's kind of funky. Makes me feel like real fancy having like a microphone like this. But it wasn't expensive, so it's good. I got it from the trash. Shut the fuck up. Don't listen to her. I like Herrera's do-lap mechanic. It's very cool. People don't use it anymore. People don't use it. When it first came out, Dilo and Herrera, as chaotic as that was, you'd have a bunch of Herreras sitting around like the pond at East Plains, and it'd be night, it'd be dark time. People would fuck around with the do-lap. And it was fun. You know, it's not super important. It's not like a game-breaking mechanic. It doesn't affect it too deeply, but it's fun. It's a fun little addition, and one of the reasons I love the Isle so much. You can just put the devs, not you. The devs can just put fun things into the game and just let them be fun. It doesn't have to be some benefit like, oh, if you use your do-lap so many times within so many seconds, it gives you a temporary damage buff or whatever that people keep asking for. It's just fun. You can just let it be fun. That said, I wish it was a lot more visible during the day. Like, good lord, you're not seeing that in the daytime. Which I guess is the point, but still. I think it should be a lot more visible in the day. It's pretty visible at night, though. I'll give it that. You might not know that because you never see anyone use it, but it's pretty visible at night. You can see them from pretty far away when they want you to. You know what's really crazy? Is I am not running into any juvies. I'm not hearing any. I heard those juvie tenos, some big juvie tenos, and I never found them. I'm not finding anything. I'm ready to kill. I'm ready to show you guys that I'm good at this game and I could solo hunt things as Troodon. But I have no opportunity to demonstrate it. Hey, thanks for the well wishes, Zira. Thank you for enjoying the video and enjoying the stream. I'm glad when anyone enjoys anything I make. I think more things should be able to attack upwards to deal with those terras. I think them birds have had it too good for two. Have you ever fought a Pteranodon player that was good? Have you ever? Any of you in chat? That shit sucks. That actually sucks. Like, most of them are bad, so it's not like a common problem. But if you ever fight a good Pteranodon player, that sucks. If you are not a Troodon or an Omni, there's really nothing you could do. Oh, come on. The first thing I find that I can hunt is a fucking Carno. It's going to run from me. Oh. I take it back. Let me stock up on this first real quick. You know, the 4 key being right next to the E key is very criminal. Whoever designed these fucking keyboards to put the 4 key so close to the E key was a criminal. That's my excuse. That is absolutely my excuse. It is not my fault that I made a mistake. It is somebody else's fault. Oh, shit. Oh, that's a much bigger Carno than the one I saw. Whoa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Speedrun might be over, lads. Nope, never mind. He didn't see me. I saw the little Carno. I was going to go hunt it next in a second. I think I've changed my mind. I'm not going to try it now. The little Carnos can go unbothered. Oh yeah, when Herrera and Dilo first came out, that was chaotic. I love both of those playables. They're super awesome. They're well designed. When they first released, that patch was brutal. It was awful. It was got to be one of the worst patches ever because everyone played them and they couldn't cannibalize each other. And it just, the way that worked out was horrible. It sucked. It sucked so bad. But it was fun, though, just because they were still fun playables. Once their populations died down a lot, it became a hell of a lot better. That was so brutal, though. I distinctly remember getting like 20 plus Herreras all sitting around the frickin' East Lake Pond. Oh. Who goes there? There's somebody making noise over that way. I'm gonna leave him alone. I don't feel like getting jumped at the watering hole. Where's that goat? Let's get some diets. When do you get promoted to mod? That's an excellent question. As soon as I figure out how. I have no idea how to do that stuff. Certainly not while I'm actually on the stream. I think I'll tinker around and play with it later. Oh, come on, I hear it. Where are you? There you are. You know, this is super unfortunate right now. My cat is fucking with the cable for my mouse. Oh, that was awkward. Nobody saw that. So I think strange things are about to happen. Mocha, leave the mouse alone. Go away. You little stinker. All right. Yeah, dealing with the Pteranodons, there's ways to deal with them, and you can also very easily, even good ones, make it not very... Oh god, that carnivore's coming right for me, it sees me. You can make it not very profitable for them to attack you. You can use the environment to your advantage in a lot of ways. But a good Pteranodon, if you don't have a jumping, or a very, very good spot, it will eventually kill you. So I think more things should have options to attack upward. Like you look up and attack up. So just something that simple. Because those stupid birds have it too easy. Which I'm sure all the Pteranodon mains who complain about never having anything that they could kill probably are like, that's unfair. No, those birds have it too good. They got it way too easy. Pteranodons only die when they mess up. I think more things should be able to swat their asses out of the air. That way they have to actually play the game a little bit. I think people don't really like playing small tiers that much because they get this idea in their head that the game is PvP. And if you're playing a video game and you're not looking at it as a survival game, you're looking at it as a combat game, why would you pick the things that have less health, less damage, that aren't going to kill things as well? The things that are going to have to run from fights. And if you look at the game from that perspective, small tiers and tiny tiers are going to be a lot less appealing. I think that view is fundamentally wrong. I think that's the perhaps worst way to go into the Isle, or other games similar to the Isle. Perhaps a little better in like Path Titans or Beast Bermuda that are a little more geared to that. But in the Isle especially, that's terrible. That's a terrible mindset to have going into it. I strongly disagree with it. And I think those are the people that avoid the smalls and the tiny tiers. I think the people who, want to have fun, they want to survive, do things, treat the game as it was intended, find it a lot easier to enjoy playing things like Troodon, playing things like Dryo, playing things like Galley. The smalls get love from the people who aren't expecting a battle royale. They're not playing Dinosaur Fortnite, See, Alice, I agree with that as well. The whole two carnivores at the same time, they absolutely need to be on each other's diets. Because that didn't happen with Dilo and Herrera, and that was so brutal. Because they're going to kill each other anyways. They're going to cannibalize each other anyways. But it makes the experience at least a little more fun while they do it. Because when they're cannibalizing each other and killing each other and they get no benefit from it immediately, it just slows the game down. It doesn't really make the game better. They're going to kill themselves. They're going to kill each other. They're going to do that. Might as well not make it painful. That's my opinion, though. If the devs thought that way, I'm sure they would have done it. But they didn't. And so it was a little ass. But it got better. It got better. Now we love them. Ooh, how interesting. Chat, do we go for it? Chat, we go for it. You're not catching, bud. Where you going? Ooh! Yeah, you get out of here. You go back to your cliff. Yeah, get on. He ran his ass. Oh, he's got the 2 Herreras. Ooh. I just ran off 2 Herreras as a sub-adult Troodon. People think Troodon doesn't do damage. I pounced him. I got 1 successful pounce and then a fail pounce, which still does damage, and he bolted. He's gone. He said no more. No thank you. You know, why? I kind of wonder why he... Nah, never mind. I'm not going to give too many ideas. He could have just ran up that cliff and really screwed me over, but he didn't. He got scared and he panicked and he ran to his buddy, and then they both ran away. Which is very cute, but... I think people play Pteranodon just to kind of goof around, but I have encountered some people that are good at Pteranodon, and they can make things incredibly painful for you. They just can. It's a skill that they have acquired through playing Pteranodon for so long, and you cannot hit them unless you can jump. You just can't. If they're not good, you can. You can use slopes, you can use a terrain, environment. You can hit them. You can swap them. You can mess them up. They can run themselves out of stamina. But, if they're good, they're just going to peck you to death, or at least peck you until they get bored. It's brutal. Good Pteranodons, as rare as they are kind of scary. Just a little bit. Man. Expect Stego to be in the same position as Packy. I think Stego will be in actually a pretty decent spot, because, to my understanding, it's going to be faster than Trike. So, unlike Diablo, that can run a Stego down, or, you get a pack of 2 or 3 that can run a Stego down and stun lock it to death, and it can at best kill one of them. Can't kill all of them. Stego doesn't really have to worry about that with Trike. And I think Trike is big enough that it's not going to get stunned by Stego. So Stegos can't really fight Trikes, but Trikes can't really catch them. At least that's how I'm understanding it. So I think Stego's going to be fine. Hell, it'll probably be more fun to play when Rex is out and things can actually hunt you. You actually get jumped by a sub-adult Rex or something and actually get to fight. Stego's probably going to be the most fun it's ever been when Rex comes out. At least that's my prediction. No, I don't think I'm going to do a Saras run. I think this stream's gone on for a while. I'm like 3.5 hours in. Well, I think this stream is like 3 hours and 20, but my first stream that you guys probably missed, where I was demonstrating how poorly I understood how to stream, add those 10 minutes in. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. I accomplished my goal. It's getting a bit late, and I'm probably going to call it good. To be honest, I kind of expected that things would happen and I would die and lose this run here, and I wouldn't have to keep streaming. But I've managed to not die so far, and I'm a man of my word. I'm not going to kill myself on purpose just to end the stream. I'm going to see this through to the end. So I do not believe I will be speedrunning Serato tonight, unfortunately. S. Interesting. This Troodon's never gotten to taste any S in its life. How much of a trap is this? Is it just a chicken? What is it? Oh. It's a dead thing. You know, I didn't think that one through. I don't know why I did that. I should have fished out the heart first. That was very foolish of me. Now I'm not going to get any S diet. That was a pea brain moment right there. Troodon is a funny one because even though Troodon is smaller than Beppy, Beppy grows faster than Troodon. Beppy is 90 kilograms, Troodon is 60, and Beppy grows to 100% faster than Troodon does. Not by a ton, mind you, not by a ton, but it does. The danger duck grows faster than Troodon, even though it is 50% larger. So you can dwell on that one a little bit when it comes to Troodon's growth times. I think Troodon could stand to grow a little bit quicker. I think Troodon does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. So you have to be mindful when it comes to balancing something like this. But it already grows fast. Letting it grow a little bit faster isn't going to make or break it. It just feels a little bit weird that it grows at the same speed as a Dryo. Dryo's twice its size. Beppy is 50% bigger and grows faster. Oh, there's another Troodon in the distance. If I didn't have to play solo, I would call him over. Ooh, 40. Oh, yeah, I took speed mutations. It's like, damn, why am I so fast? I don't hardly ever take this. I very rarely take the speed mutations, so that kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop there. What are the odds this thing still has its heart in it? High? Low? Low. Very low. It does not have its heart. Well. Unlucky. Get a little bit of S. I could say I at least got to taste some S. I think Pteranodon's kind of fun to play. I play it every now and again because I play everything. But my Pteranodons don't live very long because, like, as soon as I get a little bit of growth on me, I go and pick fights. And I'm not that good at Terra. I'm just not that good at Terra. So my Terras don't tend to live very long. I very often run into... Oh, you fucking don't, buddy. You ain't ending my speedrun that easy. You ain't killing me for free. Get back in your tree. Oh, he's chasing. Oh, he's chasing. I don't know what he's expected, but he's chasing. Oh, he's chasing. I think he thinks he's gonna catch me. I think he doesn't know that Troodon has better stamina than him, and he's been jumping. Oh, I'm not trying to call homeboy over. Yeah, keep jumping. Run your stamina out for me, if you'd be so kind. Please, run your stamina out. Oh yeah, keep jumping, dude. Oh man, wouldn't you be the silly little Herrera that ran his stamina out in the middle of a field? No, what are you running from me for? Come on, turn around. Don't go back to your tree. No. You got some... Yeah, see? Yeah, there we go. Come on, buddy. I wonder... His stamina's got to be... I bet it's under half. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Come on. Oh, I know you still got a little stamina there, bud. Yeah, I'll bite some more, why don't you? Ooh, chase me? Yeah, ooh. Come on. Now see, this is... Are you joking? What? I just totally lost him. There's no way he's on that, right? Oh yeah, he is. I can pounce him off that. What? What was that interaction? He just knocked... He was in midair and he knocked me off him. What the hell? I think I hit the tree hitbox is what happened. That's so weird. Yeah, stay up there, you fucking iguana. You want to try that again? Now, do not let anyone ever tell you that Troodon cannot do things by itself. Because I have been relentlessly bullying these Herreras. Well, I haven't killed them, but I have been bullying them. And I would kill them if they were just a little bit more overconfident. Look at him. I don't know if you guys could see him. Oh, he dropped down? You gonna try again? Oh, I think he dropped down to lay down to heal. I think that's what he did. Do I go for it? Do I take that get? Because if he's sitting in that bush, I kill him. But if he's standing in that bush expecting me to come over, he might just alt bite me and kill me. Where you at, friend? Where'd he go? I totally lost him. Oh, he ran that way. He did. He went up that tree. He got enough stam to go heal in that tree. Unlucky. He lives another day. You know, I have not actually killed any players on this run, which I'm sure doesn't sound like a surprise to people. Like, oh yeah, the solo Troodon that's growing isn't killing anyone. But I actually kill people with solo Troodon fairly often. I'm kind of really surprised I just haven't run into anybody killable yet. We're almost there too. 1 hour. We've crossed the 1. So this was kind of a terrible run, but this really goes to show that Troodon could grow fast. With this terrible run, I'm cracking an hour. A good run, I bet I could get under 50. Carno still isn't compensated. So I've heard in this HT that Carno is getting compensated. Its stomach seems to be smaller, and it grows faster, is what people are saying. I haven't confirmed that myself. I haven't played the horde test all that much. But that's what multiple people have said, is what it is. What server? I'm on NA10. If you can log on to NA10, come kill me. I believe in you. So the alt bite, Ragnar, when you... Here, I can demonstrate because I'm confident. I don't think anyone's going to jump me. So when you normally bite, when you first get the game, you'll have manual alt bite turned off. And you should turn that on because your default bite is just your left click. Just left click, you do a bite. But if you hold the alt key when you left click, you do a directional attack that does more damage but also costs stamina. So it's your alt bite. It's a situational tool. It's a useful tool, but it is situational. And that's why manual alt attack should be on, but the game has it off by default. And that is a very big noob trap, because if it is off, the game will try to make you alt bite anytime you bite, with very few exceptions. Like if you're running, you can't alt bite while running. So if you're not running and you try to bite and you don't have that on, it'll alt bite, which can screw you over. It can mess things up for you. So if you're new to the game, I think you said you were earlier, you want to, in your settings, go to your, I guess, gameplay settings, the very bottom, manual alt attack, turn that thing on. Trust me. It will make life a lot better for you. It puts things in your control. You can do your regular bites. And back in the day, when you wanted to open up bodies to get organs, you had to bite them. So if you had a little Dilo body or something you wanted to open up, you'd have to sit there and bite the body multiple times to open up its chest. And alt bites do not do that. They changed that. So you just tap E a bunch of times to open up the body now, so it doesn't matter. But that used to be a big old problem. They used to really catch people off guard. New players would be like, how do I open the bodies? I've been biting them. What's wrong? Because the game screws you over. That is one of my few nitpicks with the new player experience, is that manual alt attack is not turned on. That's super unfair to new players, I think. Perhaps the most unfair thing to new players. What was that? Somebody killing goats right next to me? Is there a little juvie over here? I've been having fun bullying Herreras, but oh, there we go. Let's see it. 1 hour and 3 minutes, and I missed it by like a couple seconds. 1 hour, 3 minutes, maybe 16 seconds. That's not bad for a Troodon, I guess. I mean, it could be worse. It's slow. But a 1 hour grow is doable, you know? I think that ain't half bad. That means it extended my stream by an hour over what I originally intended. But you know what? That's okay. That's an hour more I got to spend learning how to stream and how to interact with you people like a human being, unlike the robot that I actually am. So, thank you all very much for joining me on this stream here. I'm glad that you guys found some entertainment in it. I'm glad that I had an audience as I officially crowned myself as the world champion again. Feel free anytime to take that title from me if you think you can. But do record it. Don't just say you've got a better time. I got a lot of people telling me they got times better than my original one, but they never showed me. That said, I still blew those times out of the water, though. So, I'm sorry. It's just true. I made a video telling everyone that they're bad, and then I made a video telling everyone that I'm good, and now I streamed to prove it. I am the world champion of the Isle, and I am a middling Troodon player. I'm a very lukewarm Troodon player. I think if any of you want to speedrun a Troodon, you probably can get a better run than that. You might have a challenge having a worse run than that, honestly. So, take that what you will. I hope anyone had a little fun and learned from it. Oh, I'm glad I can give you guys some tips. Glad I can give you guys some entertainment. I probably will stream again. Odds are I'm going to post like some kind of announcement on my channel before I stream. I don't think I'm just going to spring it out of the blue. Maybe have a little fun with it. Maybe have another theme for it. Some goal to accomplish. Maybe I might start running Hipsy again. I think if anyone ever brought the record down, would be a good excuse for me to stream again and take it right back. Hipsy in the blender, huh? Or no, Hipsy Troodon in the blender. You know what? That's exactly it. Let's kill this Troodon to end this stream. How fitting would that be? I've drowned so many Hipsies. I think it would be unfair to all those Hipsies that I drowned if this Troodon got to survive. Don't you think that'd be a little unfair? This Troodon didn't even grow that fast. It took over an hour. How dare this Troodon get to survive when all of those Hipsies had to drown? I mean, they have to drown, but you know what I mean. How should we do it? Alright, chat. Do I drown myself or throw myself off a cliff? What's the funner way? How does this Troodon go down? How shall the Blue Dawn go? I think there's a bit of a latency. Oh, I know there's a bit of a latency. I'm sure you've all figured it out by now. I have no idea how much latency, but once y'all catch up in here. Alright, I'm seeing cliff. Oh, we're getting cliff. Alright, to the cliffs. I know just the cliff for it, too. Oh, I know just the cliff. Sorry, Troodon, you're going to do a Herrera impression whether you like it or not. You know what? Just to make it especially brutal, I'm putting on a large meniscus. Especially brutal. Because this cliff is still going to kill me. Well, I don't think there are any dangerous creatures here anymore. The Carnos left, and I bullied those Herreras out of here, and I bullied that other Herrera up a tree. I don't think there's just any dangerous creatures left here. Oh, I'm sure that was stated. So it's like a 30-second delay. I think in the future I'll mess with that. On that first stream attempt I did, I had it set to low latency, and I think that contributed to why it was having such a struggle. And this one I had it set to normal latency, which you guys have said have performed a lot better, but that does put like a 30-second delay. It's quite incredible. Alright, guys. Do you think I'm living this? I think I'm living it. Let's go. Aw, man. I died. I can't believe I died. This game is so unfair. I can't believe it killed me when I jumped off a cliff. Nah, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this stream. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. I will likely be putting a community post later tonight or tomorrow morning, probably later tonight, about the Discord. And I hope to see you all sometime in the near future, whether it's another video or another stream. But for now,